Check and see if the sound good. Shalom, shalom, family. Shalom, shalom. Okay, we're live, loud, and clear. Woo! Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Lord willing, this is edifying, man. Lord willing. Lord willing, he does what he always does. You know.
Shalom, shalom.
Before we start anything, we're going to face the east and give our praise to the one true power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakwadash. For the new members to the channel, Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. The B'Kakwadash is the Holy Spirit in the Paleo Hebrew. And double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well through the Spirit, teaching this word and believing this word. Lord willing, they can continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth. You know, teaching this word and believing this word in the same spirit that they endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwatiyam that are believers of the faith and the truth. Lord willing, you can continue to endure and be sincere for the Most High. Continue to pursue to be in your lot, being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. The Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Right? Today, you know, you see what the title is. You know, it's just inspired by a few words brother said, you know, through the spirit of something that I already seen, you know, before coming to camp. You know, this ending, you know, that we're walking into is going to be greater than any ending of a TV show or a movie you have ever seen. You know, Lord willing, this, you know, takes us to speaking about Yahushai, the apostles, the prophets, right? Judging the 2/3, but we come out here to prophesy and bring forth the stick of the 12 tribes of Israel, the southern and northern kingdom, to usher in Hamashiach Yahushai, the deliverance of the elect, and the destruction of Esau, so on with the other nations, and the destruction of the 2/3 would consist of 66.6% of them, right? So with that, I guess we'll get into it. You want to start preaching?
What you got?
I got Isaiah 13.
Okay, come. I got Isaiah 2.
Okay.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. It says, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and read. None of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them. Right? So understanding, man, you know, in these times, man, it's very important to get into this book, man, and read, you know. My brother was just talking about it, man. You got to get into the book and read, man, right? Because none of these things shall fail, right? Because these prophecies, guess what? They're going to happen, whether you love it, believe it, don't believe it or not, man. Guess what? They're still going to be fulfilled, man, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? And there's nothing that can compare to this book, man.
Right.
There's nothing that can compare to this book. There's no other comparison, man, right? This is the true word. This is the truth of prophecy, man, right? I was watching Captain Tazariak today. He was over there debating with some Muslim, man, you know, about the Quran, man, you know, and we already know, right? There's no comparison, man. There's no comparison to this book, man.
Right.
All right? That's why you got to get into these scriptures, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man.
That's a fact.
Right? And you of the diaspora, man, you scattered abroad. You are the Israelites, right? This is your book, and it's pertaining to you, you know? If you have the ears to hear and the eyes to see.
The number one thing important about this, you know, the scriptures is prophecy. You know, and prophecy don't happen on our time. It happens the Lord's time, right? He's never early, never late. He's always on time. You know, certain visions, certain dreams, they don't happen just right away. Even when we go back to Joseph, he had a dream that he would be higher than his brothers, but that dream was for a point in time, you know? So this is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me, what I shall answer when I am reproved, right? And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run in that readeth it, right? Because it's going to be a correct message. And that's why we're supposed to every day bring forth the correct message, right? Sharpen up your sword so that you can bring forth 100% truth if the Lord moved you to teach this word.
That's Salakia. I did a lesson earlier today from an article that I saw where it was saying like 35% of the wacky-tacky Christians who call themselves evangelical are feel like they are equipped enough to go out and teach the truth. That's how you know they don't have the truth, man. Right? Because if they did, they'd be out here, right? But that's how you know they don't have that understanding, man. You know?
It's a fact. Verse 3, it says, for the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry, it will not delay. It might seem like it's delaying, but it's all because of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. He's making it happen at a perfect time.
Right.
You know, sometimes just like with the strike that just happened, like you would have thought it was about to be another situation like COVID where people fighting over tissue, or COVID fighting over tissue. But in that situation, it was the tip of the iceberg, but it was just, a whistle. That's all it was. It was just a whistle. Then even more, it brings forth, Isaiah 30, man. People was trusting into Egypt and trusting in them. Of course, they tell you, hey, let's do a strike another time. I'm gonna pay you this. They making you wait months, and you still gonna get underpaid. This how you know we don't have power on this side. Micah 2:10. This is not our rest, man.
Right.
You know?
They'll agree to do it, even knowing that they about to make this whole system fall, man.
Right.
And crash. Hell yeah, we're gonna give you the money. Well, how much you need? Yeah, we got you. Right. Knowing in their mind, they know that this place is about to crash, and they're about to go to a digital system, man.
Right.
You know? And that's why it's important to stay in these prophecies, like we were talking about yesterday. We were saying, remember, this stuff is supposed to come like a woman in travail. So as a woman gives birth, guess what? She has contractions, right? During those contractions, everything tightens up, and then they loosen up for a little bit. Then they tighten up, they loosen, and it gets quicker and quicker and quicker, right? So you listen, this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. Right? The door of Jacob's trouble, right? This door of tribulation is open now, because we see the prophecies. It tells you, Yahushua said, when you see these things, these are the beginning of sorrows, man. Right? So we know, the time that we're living in, and that's why it's important that we stay in prophecies, right? Let me just bring this out real quick. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients and be occupied in the prophecies. Right? Because guess what? A lot of that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is coming through these prophecies. Why? Because Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Right? So understanding that, you can understand what's going on. You understand the times that you're living in. You can go in, you can read, like the brother's about to bring out. You can read of where we're in, the time that we're living in. Right? It says he will keep the sayings of the renowned men. And it says, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. All right? He will seek out the secrets of the grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables. Come on. Right? So, now you got, brothers going into the book of Revelations, right? When you went to your wacky-tacky pastor, he couldn't even tell you nothing, right? He's thinking it's actual literal demons flying around. It's going to be, fighting in the heavens, man. Right? They had no understanding. Okay? And that's why you got to be around those renowned men. That's why you got to be around men of understanding. Like the book of Jeremiah tells you, I will bring you pastors according to my heart. That's going to give you this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And when you teach this word, you got to have the mission to push forth the whole volume of the book. And if you don't, this is why the Lord brings brothers together. Because, hey, you might not know this understanding, you might not know that breakdown, but a brother might do it on his YouTube channel, and it might help you to sharpen up your sword to go get those certain precepts, right? Because it's a team thing, right? Some brothers might go into prophecies more, brothers might bring back the basics, right? A brother might clean up the doctrine, brothers might do something that can strengthen you in the faith.
things that's confident or something that brings forth motivation. Brothers might be doing lesson towards women, right? Wicked women or women of the truth, right? It's different angles because this is a whole volume, right? The whole volume must be taught. So this is Isaiah 13 because he was talking about the travail of a woman. That sorrow was pain, you know? And, you know, we want pain. I'm always asking the Lord to bring trouble, disaster, right? Death upon this place. And you, oh man, why would he say that? Because the Lord is great and terrible. You know, if you want your salvation, death has to happen. Terror has to happen. Trouble has to happen.
Right. Do you understand that this is our captivity, man?
Yeah.
Stop getting comfortable here, man.
Yeah.
It's time to stop getting comfortable, right? And pray for the downfall of this place, man.
Right.
Right? That's got the mind of our people, man.
Right.
You know?
This is Isaiah 13, verse 6 to 8, goes into a destructive day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Right.
This is what it reads. It says, "How ye, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty." Right? And you got to know all these things that's going to come is a destruction from the Almighty. It's all from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right. Esau might think he doing something. This person might think they doing something, but it's all Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. It was all Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai that put them in power. Right? It says, "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt his mind," right? "And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames," right? People are going to be amazed right now. If you don't have faith to be amazed just by reading this word, like even when we hear these things, you be like, man, the day of the Lord going to be crazy, man. And you try to imagine the thought. Yo, the Lord is so fire. Like he allow you to read. And you know, our minds, we don't got that glorified body where you can really, really see it in visual. You got to really think about it. But in order for us to really understand this and really believe that's going to happen is by reading or hearing the word. What it says in Romans, what is it? The 10th chapter, verse 17, faith come by hearing the word. So by faith, you have to believe terror is going to come. For the women, it's going to be way worse. For a woman that's in the faith and a woman that's not in the faith. That we're all going to be in this thing. Yes, the righteous is going to be scarcely saved, but the Lord is never late. He's never early. He's always on time. So us, even of this faith, we're going to go through certain things too. A lot of y'all ain't going to be able to stomach seeing kids getting killed, women and men getting killed. Some of where even the elect, we might go a day without eating. Before the children of Israel got quail and manna from the Lord from the heavens, they went a few days without eating. They went 40 days wearing the same clothes. Do not think soon as all hell break, oh, I'm just good. Shit ain't gonna just get comfortable just for the children of the Lord. The Lord is gonna test your faith. What kind of father would he be just to hurry up and give you something, and then people, next thing you know, they start complaining. Oh man, we keep eating quail. That's what Israel, they was complaining about eating the same fucking thing, man.
You think you're gonna be good?
Yeah.
You think you're gonna be good because, oh yeah. That's why I say it's gonna be, like you said, scarcely saved, right?
Yeah.
You don't even know, man. It's gonna be constant, just like not knowing, you know. But ultimately, you know, the elect are gonna have that faith, man.
Yeah.
That to continue going.
Right.
You know, the just man will fall 7 times, but he'll get back up.
Right.
Right. You're probably gonna continue to go through it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But you're gonna keep going. That's the key. Is to keep going and don't stop. You know.
Yeah. I got another one, brother. This is Psalms chapter 48 and verse 6. Come on, baby. Psalms chapter 48 and verse 6. It says, "Fear took hold upon them there in pain as a woman." Let me read that again. "Fear took hold upon them there in pain as of a woman in travail." Right? So you got to think, when a woman, what is it called when she I'm calling it I always call it trimesters. Yeah, contractions. There we go. You know, that pain is like a woman have a contraction. It'd be a big one. You'd be like, oh man, the baby coming, and then it's not. You know, you just pushing and that shit just hurt, but that baby ain't coming. Right. The Lord is amazing. He got so many examples of things in the scriptures pointing to a woman, man. You know? And what better example to use when destruction is coming forth is going to be like the pain of a woman. Women say, you don't even know how I feel to be a woman. Shit, hell yeah, I do. We go into the scriptures. The destruction that's going to come is going to be like yours, but way worse than that.
Right.
Hold on that. You're going to have to humble yourself, you know?
Think about how beautiful and marvelous Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai works, right? Because guess what? Because of Eve and her sinning, right?
Yeah.
Now women, you know, through child labor, they feel that pain,
Yeah.
right? Now, guess what? You can put in the scriptures and people can really understand.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as a man, you see your woman giving birth, you see the pain that she's going through, right? And you can be like, oh, damn, that's that. You know what I'm saying? You actually know what's really going on, right?
Right.
I want to get this real quick. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2. It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai so cometh as a thief in the night. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape, man. Right? That's the thing. You know, this stuff is going to keep coming, man. These plagues upon the earth, like the book of 2nd Ezra talks about, man. Right? They're going to continue going like a woman in travail, man. Right? Until utterly this place is completely destroyed, man. You know?
I'm about to read this, right? This is Isaiah chapter 10, starting at verse 24. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, O my people that dwellest in Zion, be not afraid of the Assyrian, which America is the spiritual example of all these major captivities, right? Assyrian, right? Or we could just say Assyria, because of the pride of the Assyrians. When you go to Isaiah 36, 37, and 38, they was prideful. The spirit of Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Babylon, because even when Rome came, they got a history book where it's called the Second Babylon, and that was Rome, right? America even stems from Greek, right? Doing that Hellenization, look how they did the 12 tribes, calling them another name, right? Pushing a different custom on us, man, right? Because back then, we wasn't even able to read these scriptures. That's why you got to be even more thankful in the time that we in now, that we're able to get back to who we are, right? By reading and teaching. On your ID, all Israel can't just put, I'm a Jew. I am a Hebrew Israelite. We can't, you know? To keep going, it says, be not afraid of the Syrian. He shall smite thee with a rod and shall lift up his staff against thee after the manner of Egypt. For yet a very little while and the indignation shall cease, and my anger in their destruction. Right? You got to know that the Lord is recording everything in the heavens on what we're doing. Right? What is it? 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. This is why judgment must first happen in the house of Israel. Right? Because, Amos 3. You know, the Lord knows everything that we have done. This is why the Lord has physically dealt with us, man. Over all nations, he dealt with us different than all the other nations. He penalized us for our wickedness, but Esau and them, yeah, you got one death here, one death there, right? You had the cops, these 4 black jakes beat the hell out of the dude, Tyree Nicholas, beat the hell out of him, man. He was just a regular skateboarder, and they tried to stop him, I guess, for nothing. He started running. They really start beating this man while he's in handcuffs, beat him to death. They all just got hit with charges, you know? And then the one dude basically testified and said, look, they ain't gonna tell on me, I ain't gonna tell on them, man. It's just, man, we was all angry and so on and so on, man. Guess what? How more angry is the Lord with us, man? How we dealing with his children, you know?
Right. Just to land me on what you're saying, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. It says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right.
He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Right.
Praise ye Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, right? They don't know the judgments of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. We do, right? We do. You see what happens, right?
Yeah.
You see what happens when you call on the name Jesus, right?
Right.
And catch one to the face, man.
Yeah.
Right? Our people know this stuff, man. Our people live it every day.
That's
right? Our people know the judgments, right? And like you were saying, another one you were saying about how, you know, the Lord is looking upon these people that are doing this stuff to us, right? Looking for Zephaniah real quick, Salakia. Oh, right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get Zechariah. Right, let's go to Zechariah and 1 and verse 15. Right, it says, "I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased." Right, he was displeased with us, man. Right, because we kept going off, man.
Right.
You know, as a father, and your child continues to do crazy ways, man. You get angry, right? But it's not full. It's not to the wrath that somebody else is gonna touch your child,
Right.
right? So it says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction, right?
Right.
Because Esau, right, along with these other nations, man, right, they continue to, kick us while we down, man.
Right.
Kick us while we down, mock us, do all these things, man. And we continue to catch hell, man.
Right.
Even to this time, man.
That's a fact. And just because you said that, I was gonna go to the Matthew 24, but what you said, this is Baruch chapter 1, starting at verse 17. For we have sinned before the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and disobeyed him, and have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, our power. And the Lord is using his men. That's his mouthpiece on this side. A lot of y'all cannot get it. Some like this dude that was in the Orlando camp, he was a pastor teaching while they're teaching. And he said, man, you don't got to do all these other things. Let the Lord guide you in the scriptures. He's the one that's going to actually teach you. Bro, the Lord is going to guide you. But the Lord through the Spirit, when you go to Acts, the 8th chapter, the Lord does it through the Rakak Wadash, where the Spirit will guide you to men of understanding to guide you in the scriptures.
Right.
You should not make it rocket science. And if you haven't been walking in this thing, how can you just think the Lord just dealing you one by one, like on face value? Nigga, you ain't nothing, But the Lord already established this ministry by labor, and we're all in other man's labors. Ones that started all the way from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then the 12, then so on, then Samuel, then Gad, then Nathaniel, Nathan, what else? Isaiah, Jeremiah, so on and so on, to lead us here now. We're in their labors to finish out the harvest, right? So it says, and disobeyed him, and not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, our power, to walk in his commandments that he gave us openly, right? And with your faith, you're going to willfully do things that please him. Yahushai always said he was trying to please the one that sent him. And Yahushai walked in, you don't, brothers getting on you about the law. We not under the law. We never said we are. We're under grace. But if you are an Israelite, the law is for you, that you should actually rehearse those things. Because rehearsing that law is what the Lord have given you, right, to make you separate and to keep you separate from the flesh. Not eating pork, that's an abomination regardless if you pray over it or if you put holy oil on it, if you might think. It's still going to eat the same damn shit. It's still a bottom feeder, man.
And the Lord didn't just make that up just cause.
Yeah.
Right? It's for your own good, man.
Yeah.
And this is why we see our people, man, with high blood pressure, gout, diabetes, all these other things, man, because they're eating these abominations, man. So we already know that the scriptures say that we're gonna eat our food defiled.
Right.
Right. So then what more are you just eating defiled times 2 food, man?
Yeah, times 2, right?
You over here eating spiders in your captivity, man.
Come on, man. And then even when you look at that, when you say go away with the law, you take away Deuteronomy 18. That's why I did a lesson on it earlier. Because if you keep talking about we ain't got to do the law, then that means we ain't got to listen to Yahushua. Why are we jumping to the gospel then? Why are we jumping to the apostles then? Because that's part of it. And even the prophets before Yahushua time was prophesying on Yahushua, on this righteous branch.
Right.
Yahushua is the key. All scriptures point to him. Go ahead.
Book of John chapter 15 and verse number 5.
Yup.
I start at verse 4. It says, abide in me and I in you. This is a red letter. I'll start at verse 3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Right? This is red letter Yahushua. It says, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine. It says, no more can ye except ye abide in me.
Right.
It says, I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing. Right? So, and that's to prove the point what Deuteronomy 18 is talking about. Right? You can't do anything without Yahweh. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua told you that you're going to listen to that prophet that's going to be amongst the brothers, and you're going to listen to him, right? And if you don't listen, guess what? You're gonna pay for it.
He's going to require your blood.
Right.
Right. And that's why every teacher must be teaching in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right. Sidebar. Anybody get offended like, oh, my Bible says Jesus. We all our Bibles say that, man. Right? But when you grow into this knowledge, you have to have the understanding of knowing the old and new was translated from Paleo Hebrew.
Right.
Yes, to from Latin, from Greek, right into this dumb ass English. But when we go back to the root, when you look and read about Moses speaking, everybody want to bring out Moses speaking to the Lord from the bush, and he said, I am. And that day, he was speaking in Hebrew, right? What is it, Yahya? I am is Yahya, right? And then he said his name, the Lord, which is Yahweh, man. He wasn't speaking in English. English did not come until later on, right? The J's did not come until the 1500s.
Right.
So when you go to, Acts 21 or 22, Paul was prophesying to the children of Israel and these Gentiles in Hebrew.
And that's why, and ultimately, it was written this way, right, to stop a lot of people from understanding it.
Yes.
Right? Because if this was written plainly, right, and it said Yahweh Shai, hey, we'd have been out of here a long time ago.
We'd
have been able to read it and we'd be able to call on the name. Right? That's why it said in 2 Chronicles, for a long season, they have been without the true power because we didn't know the name.
Right.
Right?
That's that falling away.
Right. So this is why, now, through, what does it say? Knowledge shall be increased.
Yeah.
This is how we know now, the names, of the Heavenly Father and His Son. Right? It's not them, God, and it's not Jesus Christ, man.
Right.
We know the true names that we are going to be called on. Right. And Yahweh Shai told you. So now when you read the scriptures, you can put those into it when you're reading it. And now you read it with so much more power and authority. Right? This is Matthew chapter 28 and verse 18. It says, and Yahweh Shai came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. Right? And that goes also to Deuteronomy 18, right? Because the Heavenly Father anointed him, right, to have all power and authority, man.
Yeah.
Right? To become the King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Right.
Right? It says, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, right, whose name is Yahweh, right, and the Son, Yahweh Shai, and of the Holy Ghost, the Ruach HaKodesh, right, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Amen. Right? So let it be. Right? So now when you read this stuff, you have that understanding, because now you have the key that unlocks it. Because now you can actually say the true names. Right. You can call them the true name. Right. How can you run to the strong tower if you don't know the name? Right. You got to know the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Then it, and walk in it. Then it becomes your strong tower. Like
when they're kids and they got their little secret room, and you gotta give the special code. The special code is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
Like another example is like Neo, right? When he first was trying to learn, the Matrix, and he tried to jump off that building. Yeah. He jumped and he fell, boom, flat on his face, man.
He didn't have that code.
He didn't have that code, man. Right. Until he got that understanding.
Right. And just to go to a classic, even though when you go into Isaiah the 28th chapter, in the beginning it goes to Ephraim, But then after when we go down, it breaks like the format of how we read the scriptures to grow and understand it. Now, when you're reading a chapter, that chapter is paying attention to that position. But even in most
Context,
chapters, yeah, even in context, in most chapters, even when you go in the gospel, you'll have like about 8 scriptures or 20 scriptures going on to one point, and then the rest of the chapter goes somewhere else.
Right, like
So,
Revelation 20.
yeah,
How it goes, it skips,
Uh-huh.
and then it goes somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not, you can't just read it straight up. Otherwise, you'll sit there and say that, you know, God is going to come back after 1,000 years,
Right.
and try to take over, you know, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and the men who have their new glorified bodies. Man,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
heck yeah, it don't. Right? So this is Isaiah. I'm going to go straight to the point. Isaiah 28, verse 11. It says, for with stammering lips in another tongue will he speak to his people, going off of what Sam was talking about. Right? Because the stammering is this dumb language the Lord is speaking to us through, which is this English.
Salakia, read. Go. You got to go to 9 now.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Con,
I'll start
read
at verse 9.
Read it, yeah.
It says, whom shall he teach knowledge, which is
Uh-huh.
a question, or whom shall he make to understand doctrine, another
Right.
question.
Because guess what? Everybody has this book.
Right.
Everybody has this book and it's sitting on the table.
Right.
Right. Either collecting dust or it's all beat up and used. Right.
Uh-huh.
Because the ones who actually can get the understanding, they're gonna get up in here.
Yeah.
Right. Those ones who don't, hey, it's just a nice part of the book collection, man, that
Right.
everybody has. You know.
Right, that's a fact. It says, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. And another point, he said doctrine, that's one thing. And it all consists, the name is not separate from the doctrine. The name is part of the doctrine because the 12 tribes have a name, and then their name got changed. That throw away for anybody that be dissing, especially starting with the elder apostles on down. You know, you have brothers even telling us we make the name a doctrine. Then why is the 12 tribes name changed? Because the name is a doctrine. You know, you wouldn't call yourself Yahweh or Judah if right now you're African American on your ID, because the name is a doctrine. Outside of the name is a doctrine, is the prophecies, the sincere milk, the parables, right? Who is the children of Israel? That's part of the doctrine. Who is salvation for? That's part of the doctrine, right? Who is the wicked? That's part of the doctrine. Who is the 2/3? That's part of the doctrine. The doctrine is one, you know, right? Verse 10, it says, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, which we've been doing this whole time, right? Line upon line, line upon line, which brother's been doing, reading a few verses, here a little, there a little. We went to the old. He started at Isaiah. I went to Isaiah. He went to Psalms. I went to a Psalms. He went to the new, right? That's there a little, here a little. He even went to the Apocrypha, right? And it says, for with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people, right? And that stammering tongue is another language, not what they do in the church, amalala go shabba dabba ding dong,
Right.
because it's a language that can be interpreted.
And that's confusion.
Yeah.
And the Lord is not an author of confusion.
Right,
man.
right.
You know? So when you sit in there, and that's it's crazy because I remember sitting in the church like thinking like, well, don't they say the Lord is not the author? And you got people running around,
Right.
you know, just doing this madness, man. And you just like, damn, how is this? You know?
The
And then
prophets
you sit there
never did
wondering
that.
why you can't. Hold on, well, how come I can't get it?
Right.
How come I can't catch this
Right.
Holy Ghost? You know
Right.
what I mean?
Then they try to use that when David was dancing, before he was called to be king, when he was dancing, they say, oh, he was praise dancing. He was dancing for the Lord.
Right.
He wasn't doing the thing that y'all do in the damn hill toe.
Right.
You know, when he was dancing, when he got the covenant back,
Right.
the Ark of the Covenant back, he was dancing for the Lord too. How, you know, Jake, we got swag, but he wasn't dancing away in the church.
Right.
He wasn't doing none of that, man.
Right.
And having a Rakak Wadash is not doing something of foolery, right? Because being filled with the Rakak Wadash, your mind moves different. You
Right.
think different. You make, look, Solomon had the best example of the Rakak Wadash fully being developed in him. Even though he went off, he had it when it came to that wisdom, when it came to the knowledge, when it came to them two women.
Right.
Well,
Right.
oh, I had my baby laying next to me. I had my baby, then I woke up and then the baby was dead.
Right.
He came up with the decision and said, hey, let's kill it in half.
Right.
Then the one just said, oh, nope, oh, just give it up.
Right.
He knew right there and then, oh, yeah, you must be the mother.
Right.
You know? And that comes with the Rakakwadash. It's not no hocus pocus. Ain't no Harry Potter. People think like a demon, that shit possessed you and you do things that's not of the Lord. And of course you become angry. Yeah, you be feisty, but with the Rakakwadash on the right-hand side, you're wholesome, man. Most of the time you might not even feel it. We're gonna really feel it when Yahweh Shai comes back.
Right.
You know, we get a taste of it. Right here, this is the Rakakwadash. We're not saying we're better than anybody, but the Rakakwadash will have you prophesying. The Rakakwadash will have you teaching 100% truth because the Rakakwadash will not be in a deceitful or malicious soul.
Right.
You know? Go ahead, King. Give me something. Okay,
Right.
I'll bring this out there.
Yeah,
This is Baruch chapter 4, verse 19, the last verse I wanted to bring out. It says, since the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto the Lord our power. We have been negligent in not hearing his voice. And we hear his voice through the prophets. Didn't the Lord bring Moses? Did the Lord himself physically come? Didn't the children of Israel say, hey, no, don't let the Lord talk to us. Right. You do it for us.
Right.
Because if he thought we might die.
Right.
So that shows, and then 1 Samuel 9:9, the Lord always is bringing prophets, man. Seers with visions, man. You know? And it just, the main important about this, our whole life existence, is always Egypt. Right. Because when you speak on Egypt, it brings you to who those people was. You got different books by Rudolph Windsor and other books too, which you got the Valley of Dry Bones and Babylon of Timbuktu, which even the Christianity church is not bringing that forth. Because you wouldn't have another heathen in your church when you know he most likely is a heathen, because we can find out who's not the people. As soon as you start bringing judgment to certain nations,
right.
they start feeling a certain way.
Right.
Some of you, Jake, could be freaking Edomites.
Right.
Could you get all bunts in your panties when brothers talking about judgment about Esau, but why you ain't getting upset about Moab?
Right, right.
Y'all just want to save Esau. What about Moab? The wash pot.
And we got the kryptonite for everybody because
Yeah.
it is proved, right? Whenever we bring out the name of Yahweh Shai,
Yeah.
people scatter, man.
Yeah.
People scatter. They'll sit
Roaches.
there, I love Jesus, right? And then we sit there and we say Yahweh Shai, and all of a sudden, whatever demon is on them is just pushing them away. Like, get away as far as you can, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we see it, man. It's that repellent, man.
Yeah, that's
you
a
know,
fact.
you saw how the spirits was when they saw Yahweh Shai coming, man. You know, they was crying out, man. Please don't torment us. You know what I'm saying? They know what's going on.
I was gonna get this because of what you said. This is Matthew chapter 13, starting at 27. It says, so the servant of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then have it tares? And he said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servant said unto him, wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? Right? So now I want to drop down because, where was it at? Oh, here we go. Drop it down to verse 38. I'm going to start at 37. It says, he answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, which is the elect, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. Right? So you got to know the wicked one is sowing tares, right? In this truth, right? Ones that might look like Israelites and that are not. And then you have some that is Israelites and they're not moving like it, man. Right? Just like when we was talking about me and Yarmayan, and you probably already seen it, what Deacon said, made a video about his riches and his wealth on the side.
Yeah, I saw.
You know,
watching that. Yeah.
And that's an example for anybody. This is not just only him. This is for me. This is for any one of us. What the hell you gonna do a lesson about whatever a lesson is, and then talk about what you got, man?
You know what it's like? It's like bragging in jail.
Yeah.
About how much commissary you got.
Right.
That's really what it is. You're in the land of your captivity, and you're bragging about the shit that you have in your captivity.
Yeah.
You're not taking none of that with you, man.
Right. And you fully not
You know what I'm saying?
you fully not developed in the curse to be comfortable to talk about that. You must not be going through hell.
Right.
You must not be going through problems because it's smooth and dandy. You know? You happy and you joyful here. But
Right.
that's gonna test if you're really a believer when all hell break loose and you lose all that comfortability.
Right.
Because when he said earlier, he said, don't be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
All our captivities, Israel was somewhat comfortable.
Right.
It was only really the prophets and the true believers that was uncomfortable, man.
Right.
You know, as an example, I'm gonna just say Moses and his brother and sister. Though they was uncomfortable, but then eventually, when they start going to the wilderness and kept seeing Moses getting talked to the Lord, Miriam got too big-headed, and then Aaron, I don't know what the hell got in your damn mind, right? But that just shows the flesh is so weak, and we allow other Jake to make opinions for us. That's why he made that golden calf. And they said, oh, the people, man, the people. Who gives a hell about them, man? The Lord put us in a position, and that goes to right before I picked you up, the elder said, the Lord put us in a position to be an example of this ministry. You know, and he did say, this is not for us to be comfortable. Right. This is what Esau created this for you to get comfortable. Because he don't want you. This is why the devil puts snares, because he don't want you to get comfortable in the truth. Right. To grow in the truth. Right. He wants you comfortable in this society so you don't depend on Yahweh Shem El Shai. Isaiah 13. Yeah.
He keep you occupied in your prison cell, right?
Right.
You know, he give you Turkey Day. Right,
yep.
you'll have you get man. Today we're gonna get turkey and mashed potatoes.
Right.
Then another day, we're gonna have a light show. They're gonna, they try to do all these things to try to keep you, preoccupied about what the hell's really going on, man.
Right.
They'll give you the whole little Diddy circus, going on, and they'll push that whole thing, right? While meanwhile, all hell is breaking loose in another country, but they'll never talk about it.
Right.
You look at the regular news and you barely see anything on it. All they want to talk about is, what Kim Kardashian had or something.
Right,
just something stupid, man. Right? They'll make some shit up. Right? They'll put somebody to death so they can say, "Oh man, we just lost this great actor." You know what I'm saying? They'll do whatever they got to do to keep you occupied so that you won't stay focused, man, on what's really in front of you, man.
Right. Because I was about to think this one precept, but I got a different one. When Belshazzar. Let me see. When Belshazzar was looking at, look how the Lord works. I think he let me find it. Okay, yup. This is what I want, right? And I'm gonna just quote some of the part because I gotta read into it so you can get into it. But the whole point why I'm going here is because he's talking about being comfortable, right? And when we was looking at when Belshazzar, when those writings got on the door and they couldn't interpret it. Right. So they need somebody, and somebody said Daniel. And then he was basically saying, anybody that can interpret this, I'm gonna give you this and give you that. Right. Daniel was so smooth, he didn't want those things, man. Because guess what? Your flesh would get comfortable with those things. This is why the nations would give you certain things to make you feel good. Then you start boasting yourself. And it take you away from thinking about Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Like Salakia, Abraham. Remember, the king wanted to give Abraham some of his spoil. He said, take some of his spoil. He said, no, because I don't want you to act like you, like, to put that over my head like you did something for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, our forefathers, they knew about this stuff, man. Yeah. Right? They knew about this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man.
Right.
But here, Jake will take anything, man.
Yeah.
Take all the free handouts, man.
Nah, that's a fact. So I'm going to just go into Daniel, the 5th chapter, going straight to the point, verse 5, going into the rewards for the interpretation. So that lets you know, the reward for the interpretation. It says, the king cried aloud to bring in the astrologers and the Chaldeans and the soothsayers, and the king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, whosoever shall read this writing and show me the interpretation thereof shall be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about his neck, and shall be the 3rd ruler in the kingdom. Then came all the king's wise men, but they could not read the writing, nor make known to the king the interpretation thereof. Then was King Belshazzar greatly troubled, and his countenance was changed in him, and his lords were astonished. Right? When you go a little further down, it says in verse 13, then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, art thou that Daniel which art the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the Spirit of God is in thee, and that the light and understanding and excellent wisdom is
Salakia.
found in thee.
Do you just, and I'm just, this is all on a whole other subject, but do you realize we've been in captivity since ancient Egypt?
Right.
Like, come on, people, it's time to wake up, man.
Like, for real.
We've been in captivity since ancient Egypt, man. You know what I'm saying? We had a little brief, moment, and listen, we right back in, like, we stay in trouble, man.
Right.
That's why Ezekiel told, the Lord told Ezekiel to go out to the children of the captivity, man, and speak to them. Thus saith the Lord. And that was in the time of Ezekiel. And we still in captivity, man.
And he got us doing that now.
You know what I mean? We still in captivity, man. Yep. And it's time to wake up, man.
That's why the Lord say, who will rise up for me against the evildoers.
Right.
Right? So in order to rise, we will have to teach.
Right.
We have to do the Jonah. That goes back into Jeremiah 28:8. We're doing the same acts as our forefathers.
You know what it's like, too? It's just like that man who can't get enough of prison. And he just continues to go. That's all he knows.
Yeah.
That's all. That's why it says, is Israel a homeborn slave?
Right.
That's all we know, man.
Right.
It's being a goddamn slave, man.
When you get in this knowledge, you're better than that.
Right, because this wisdom, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding makes you free, man.
Yeah.
But our people love to be in captivity, man.
Right.
We've been in captivity all this time.
A lot of y'all not even spiritually free.
Right.
But you think you physically free, but you using superscription money.
Right.
That right there just shows how brutish our people is, man. So to continue, it says, verse 15. That was a good point, right? Because we went through 14 captivities, man. Right. 7 the greatest and 7 least captivities, man. That and 7 is a spiritual number, man. No other nation was in captivity because they sinned and turned their back against Yahweh. All these other ones that's conquered and low, they just conquered.
Right.
We're low because we turned against our power. That's different.
Right.
That's different. And that's an answer for a lot of people saying, well, all the other nations in captivity. You freaking right. But we're in captivity for a different reason. That goes back to Amos 3.
Right.
Because the Lord know us. He know our iniquities. All you other nations just been conquered. You freaking flukes. Mm-hmm. But guess what? All you nations had a hand in our vessels, and you had a hand in touching us, man. Yeah. And that's in history. Every nation you see had a hand in touching us, man.
Salakia, right?
Yeah, go ahead, King.
Let me get. I had it, and I took it away. This is Zechariah, chapter 2, and that's crazy because I was like, let me put it back in the holster. This is Zechariah, chapter 2, verse 8. It says, for thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. Mm-hmm. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye, right? What they don't understand is they touching the wrong people, man.
Yeah.
They don't understand that they're touching the wrong people, man.
Right.
Esau, listen, and guess what? And we still got, like you said, we still got our people, simple-minded people that want to cling upon this person who is putting his hands on you daily, man.
Right.
And then you want to justify it. Well, no, he's good to us, man. He gives me a job. He gives, no, man. This is the dude who's been ruling over you with his knee on your neck, man.
That's a fact.
Physically, man.
That's a full fact. That's a full fact. Right? Going back into Daniel, the 5th chapter, verse 15. Now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, and they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof, but they could not show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee, and thou canst make interpretation and dissolve doubts. Now if thou canst read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shalt be the third ruler in the kingdom. This is the point. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writings unto the king and make known to him the interpretation, man. That's how we got to be on this side, man.
Right.
Excuse my language. Fuck what they gonna give you, man.
Right.
Because what the Lord is gonna give us is way better, man.
Right.
One day with the Lord is better than 1,000 days on this side, man.
Right.
The little things that we get, the materialistic, yeah, but you don't want it to consume your heart where it takes you away from knowing all things is of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
And Salaki, you know, fuck a 40 acres and a mule.
Come on.
Fuck all. We don't want none of that shit.
Reparations.
We don't want your money.
Right.
We don't want none of that, man. Right. We want out of this captivity, and we want vengeance back, man.
Right.
You know, through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man.
How are we gonna want reparations or 58 a mule? And these fools got your treasure in a vote.
Right.
Every captivity had your treasure, man.
Right.
The Rome, they took your, and you think that they melted? No, because even the Lord even says we're gonna take their spoils. The Queen Elizabeth, that one stone, yo, that's our shit, man. All the riches that a lot of nations grew, the Rothschild, they have a lot of ancient riches
Right.
from the children of, well, you gotta think, the Lord allowed that to happen.
And they're literally giving you monopoly money.
Come on, man.
And telling you it's worth something.
And you saying you want reparations.
Hey, what do? The only way you can spend, look how the Lord is doing it now. Because the only way you can really spend this monopoly money is here in this wicked place, Babylon.
Right.
Because everybody else is rejecting this money.
Yeah, come on.
This shit is about to crash.
They
man.
said $50 worth of American money is worth $1 in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is more valuable. $1 of Bitcoin is worth $55 of the
Right.
United States, man.
But you got niggas out here killing each other for monopoly money.
Right.
Get deleted to the spirit world for a monopoly money, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's about to be obsolete.
And you got to know, all in Esau's kingdom, they had a problem with money, man. Inflation. You know, Egypt had that problem too, where Mansa Musa was giving all poor folks a brick of gold.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And guess what? Back then, it was hard to have $1 million record deal.
Right.
But Esau starts scheming. Now, the more money that's given out, now the less value it is. Y'all don't understand.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Yo, Esau swindled everybody out of the gold.
Right.
He said that the dollar was backed by gold, then took it away while everybody's eyes was blinded. Took the gold away. Yeah, we still got the promissory note. Here you go, right here, right? But you can't get your money. Try to go to a bank right now, and try to withdraw like large amounts, and they're gonna tell you're gonna have to wait. We gotta make sure. You know, it takes a couple of days. You put your money into the bank, and they're gonna tell you, it's gonna take a few days to get your money that you put in out. Right. Why? Because what are they doing with it, man?
Right.
They using it to do other stuff with it, man.
Right.
And flipping it and making more money off of you, man.
The superscription of money was more valuable when it was silver or gold.
Right.
Even bronze.
That's
a penny
wealth.
was more valuable than $1 because it's a form of metal.
Right.
You know?
Cattle.
Cattle.
Just goods.
Yeah.
Gold, stuff like that. That's real wealth, man.
Right.
Right. You running around here with monopoly money, man, holding it to your face like it's a phone. Looking stupid, man, because that shit is about to be done with.
And then what make it hilarious, Monopoly money has different colors.
Right.
You know, you got the 50 that look kind of pinkish.
Right.
You got the $100 bill. You got the $1 bill.
Right.
You know, it's just superscription. The superscription on money is just a form of showing you that you're a slave or you're conquered.
Right.
You know, a lot of Jake don't know that. Right.
You know, you look on the bill, and at the back of it, it has a spider web, man.
Right.
Why? Because it's a trap, man. And then once you get into the system, right, and you start getting these dollars, now you're trapped into that shit. Because guess what? If they take it away, now you have nothing.
Yeah.
What do you have now?
Yup. Yo, and then because you just said that, because going into history, a lot of people that jump into the New Testament, you didn't jump into the history of the Maccabees or the history of Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, understanding that Jesus' picture was used as a weapon, right, to mold your religion, you know. But this is First Maccabees, and I want to go straight to the point to show coons, right? Start at verse 10. It says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, because he was greedy. He wanted Egypt and Israel, right? And it says, and he reigned 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go up and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have much sorrow, right? And you could look at a Jay-Z or a Diddy, right? Because we say it a lot, taskmasters. You can't be a low individual. You know that what's his Sheridan Sharpen, whatever. What's his name?
Shannon Sharp.
No. That dude that was back then with Martin Luther King, the one he lost mad weight.
Al Sharpton.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
Guess what? He's a taskmaster.
Yeah.
You know, Martin Luther King attack, because none of them could buy us out of this shit.
They say he was at one of them little Diddy parties.
Yeah, who? Oh, yup. I heard that too. Yup.
Yo,
You know?
crazy, bro.
Yup, and those are taskmasters, man.
Right.
Right? And with the taskmasters, they feed you, actually, we'll look up the
All the
mantra.
propaganda, all the bull stuff to keep you, you know, in that estate, man.
Right. About to get the word for taskmasters. You know how who we, you know, the elders, they always say, you know, right now they pushing that word fact check.
Right.
You know, every time you say something, fact check.
Right.
You know?
And it's amazing too, because a lot of times, you know, we look at words and we think we know what they are, but when you actually look into the meaning, you're like, damn, hold on, you know?
Yeah.
Like we was looking into patience, right? And when you look into patience, it means to suffer, man. It's to suffer without being annoyed. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, that's,
Well,
you know.
a taskmaster is one that imposes a task or burdens another with labor. And yo, we could fall back into Egypt. Everything falls back to that first captivity. Boss, captain, foreman, these a chief, a bossman, a leader, a master, a kingpin, right? And guess what? They oppose a task. And what does these rappers in the industry? They have a task.
Mm-hmm.
They might do diddler things just to be like, oh yeah. Because they even said it was a Fed task force. Prodigy said it was a task force that was handling Diddy. And they was just looking at people that was working under Diddy, but it was all about looking at the blacks. Blacks. Back then, you couldn't show naked women in videos. You couldn't show smoking weed. How did things change? Because Esau started what? He started studying us and analyzing, doing secret crafty counsel. Yo, this is the way we can get them blind. A lot of drug dealers, a lot of killers, they put on certain music so that they can go kill. Just like Edomites, they put on scream music just so they can go get high.
Right.
You know, all those things have certain frequencies that make you move in emotion. Just like a pastor, he's a taskmaster in every damn corner, but it's not doing nothing for the community. First thing he ain't doing for the community ain't teaching you the truth.
Right.
You know, they'll tell you can eat pork, just pray over it.
Right.
You know, they'll tell you that you can do holidays, but they'll teach and say that it's paganism.
Right.
How you gonna say that it's paganism, but yeah, we can go do it?
Right.
But then they're not gonna tell you what paganism is.
Right.
Then they bring forth these things in the church. When they do Christmas in the church, they all get that from Constantine, man.
Right.
Bringing forth the paganism and mixing it with this truth, but the Lord gave you high holy days to separate you from the world, from those certain activities, man.
And I remember at a church that I was at, you know, the pastor was just like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with, you know, putting some lights out and a Christmas tree and doing all that. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. And just like stupid sheep, people go, oh yeah, I guess it's not, right? Because they're not going into the scriptures and actually reading. Right. They're not going to Jeremiah, 10:2, you know, and actually reading what it says about that, man.
Right.
About these things, or Amos 5, where it tells you, you know, about the holy days and different. They're not looking into this stuff, man.
Right.
You know?
And y'all, a lot of y'all is held on zodiac signs, and that's where the Lord tell us not to be dismayed, you know, at the heavens like the heathens, man. Because and when you go into NLT, it says looking at the stars. That goes into astrology.
And
Zodiac,
Eve, man, Eve is deep in that stuff.
Deep
man.
in astrology,
All
man.
you gotta do is
what's
go
your
on,
sign? I'm not dating if you was this, if you're this sign.
I'm going through my YouTube thing. I'm just doing the little YouTube shorts,
Uh-huh.
and all of a sudden there's a live, and here's this Eve over here with some cards. Yeah, it looks like this is gonna be. And I'm just like, why is this even on my TV right now?
That's
you know what I
crazy,
mean?
man.
But-
but that goes that, you know, you wasn't fed the proper understanding.
Right, destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
Yeah. And the heathen got you and it's really Yahweh Shem Shai got you in a shit bag, man.
Right.
Because the Lord been trying to sift out and get the elect, man. Because look, a lot of us was in our own lives. We didn't draw ourselves to the truth.
Right.
It was like he was searching for something.
Right.
A lot of us have a background being in Christianity or going to a Catholic church, but you just say, man, I feel like I'm better or I'm something special
Something else.
about me.
Yeah, it was something else.
Yeah,
Listen.
and that was the Lord. That was the Rakak Wadash.
Right.
The Lord was always baiting you.
Always
you just
there,
didn't know
man.
what it was.
Right.
Now you in the truth, you're like, damn, this is what he was baiting me to.
Brought us right to it, man.
Right. You know? It's like the cartoon when they got the little food, the little smoke smell of the food, and they start floating.
Yeah. Look,
know?
you just walking, all of a sudden that smell hits you. That's what is that? You always used to bring it out. That sweet savior.
Yeah, the sweet savior. Yup.
It came and we just drawed ourselves to it, man.
Yup. Hold on. Let me get that.
Yeah,
Let me get that.
Y'all. Get that.
Come on,
You know what I'm saying? Listen. But that's the thing, and but in Christianity they'll tell you, when you're ready to find the Lord, brother, He's gonna be there. No, right? The Lord says, "Seek Him while He may be found," right? And the only way that you can even come to His Son is through the Heavenly Father, right? And the only way you can go to the Father is through the Son. You got to go through the door, So people don't understand that, and they think that they can do everything on their terms, and they don't even understand that there is no free will. Right? There is no free will. You can't do anything unless Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said you can do it. You know what I'm saying? People are our people, the mindset of our people, man. Right? It's so crazy. But that's just because they have no understanding.
Right. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2. And I'm gonna start at 14. It says, "Now thanks be unto God, which always causes us to triumph in the Mashiach, and maketh manifest the Savior of His knowledge by us in every place. For we are unto God a sweet Savior of Hamashiach, in them that are saved and in them that perish. To the one we are the Savior of death unto death, and to the other the Savior of life unto life. And who is sufficient for these things." Right? Hold on. Wait a minute.
For you too.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Right? 2 Corinthians again, verse 14. We'll read NLT so you can hear it plainly. It says, "But thank God, He has made us His captives and continues to lead us along in Hamashiach's triumphal procession. Now He uses us to spread the knowledge of Hamashiach everywhere like a sweet perfume. Our lives are a Hamashiach-like fragrance, rising up to God, but this fragrance is perceived differently by those who are being saved and by those who are perishing. To those who are perishing, we are a dreadful smell of death and doom. But to those who are being saved, we are a life-giving perfume, and who is adequate for such a task as this." Right? This is a task, man. We were talking about taskmasters, but this is our task to be.
Task.
Yeah.
Right.
The true task is to be a sweet savior of a Mashiach Yahushai to the believers.
Right. And when they smell that, guess what? They're gonna gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The other ones, they're gonna be like, "Ugh, what is that smell?" And they're gonna run away.
Yeah.
Right. This is Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse number 21. It says, "And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it.
Yup.
When ye turn to the right and when you turn to the left." And that just got me, what you were saying, how the cartoon, that smell takes them away. You see them, they lift off their feet and they just gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
That's how the Lord did it, with the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. That word hit us, and all of a sudden, that's the way we had to go. Right? And there was no other way else but for us to go that way, man.
Right. And then when you say that, it says, this is 1 Corinthians 1, verse 21. "For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe." So the sweet smell is only for the believers, man.
Right.
The believers are going to look at it as being pleasant. You got some, man, we keep bringing out the same precepts. Man, I'm getting tired of doing this. I'm dealing with my own life. Guess what? This smell, it stops smelling good to you.
Right.
This smell is a continual thing. He just said, we've been through, our whole life is about captivity. And you got to think the true believers been coming back into this smell every time and staying to it. Guess what? Got killed off, then come back again. Got killed off, came back again. Then Rome, we was thinking, well, what did some of the teachers? Oh, is this the end? Is this, when is the kingdom coming?
Right.
Guess what? We was seeing that smell, but we physically got to see Yahushai, then got died off, then came back again, went through this moment, and it was a falling away. You ain't hearing the word and no more. Then cross the seas and come back over here while the northern kingdom over here not listening to shit. Then now the Lord bring forth Abba Bibbins through the Rakakwadash, who we might look as Elijah John, right? John the Baptist, right through the Spirit, and then establish this ministry. Any new camp or anything, oh man, I did something. Oh, no, you haven't. If the Lord didn't pave the way how he did, none of us would have gotten this thing, man.
Right.
You know, brothers always want to be the first one, or I did this. No, none of us, man. That's the humble that you have to say. The Lord put us all in somebody, and that's another thing. If you did this on your own, then that means you're not in other man's labors.
Right. Right.
You're in other man's labors, so you didn't do this on your own.
And you know what that is?
Come on, man.
That's why you said it's fresh in my mind. John 10 and verse number 1. It said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber."
Yes.
You know, you can't. There's no other way to get to salvation, to get to the Heavenly Father, to get to the kingdom of heaven, without Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
If you try to come up and try to make your own way, right? Remember that there's only one truth, man.
Yeah.
And anything else besides that is watered down and not believable.
Yes,
right?
diluted.
There's only one thing.
Right.
That's why Yahweh Shai told you that you have to continue in His word, man.
Right. And Yahweh Shai is the top laborer, now.
Right.
You know.
John chapter 8 and verse 31. And I know brothers like, man, you keep bringing this out. You're damn right.
Right. You're right.
John chapter 8 verse 31 says, "Then said Yahweh Shai to those Jews which believe on Him, if ye continue in my word, then ye are my disciples indeed." Right. If you're not continuing in the word, then obviously you're not a disciple of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right. That's why these words never get tiring.
Yeah.
You know, for the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, we'll bring them out every day, all day. We can
Kevin
bring out the same damn lesson.
I don't get tired.
Right. You can bring out the same lesson over and over.
Right.
You know. Guess what? It's still going to do what its purpose is to do.
Right.
Right. Like the Heavenly Father said. You know, Isaiah 55 and 11, man. "So shall my word go forth, you know, out of my mouth, and it shall accomplish that which I set it out to do."
Yeah.
Right. It's not going to come back to him void.
Yeah.
Okay.
Read verse 32 too, man.
Con. It says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free."
Right. So if you go back into your vomit, you ain't free no more.
Right.
If we stop doing this, we not free no more.
Right.
Every day you win this, because it's gonna come a time where the Lord is gonna make the men of the Lord mute.
Right.
That's not right now.
Right.
It's gonna be a huge sign. We're all gonna know. and if you go against that, because it might be some niggas that, nah, man, I didn't know, that wasn't a sign. You niggas just stop teaching. Man, the Lord ain't dealing with y'all.
Right.
It's gonna be some that's gonna still do it on their own, but it's gonna be a sign that the Lord is gonna remove us, man.
And if you're tired of the word, right, that means you're tired of the truth.
Yeah.
And who is the word? Yahweh Shai is the word. And
Yeah.
who is the truth? Yahweh Shai is the truth.
You're
right?
impatient.
John chapter 14 and verse number 6, Yahweh Shai said unto him, "I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Right.
No man cometh unto the Father but by me." Right? So he said he is the truth. Right? Give me this is old school, man.
He's the
Look,
way to the Father.
Psalms,
He is the life of the Father.
what is that? Psalms 119 and
And the crazy thing, the part of that life is the breath of life that He had given Adam.
right.
You know.
What is it? Psalms 119. Is it verse 142? And I ain't brought it out in so long. It says, Psalms chapter 119, verse 142, "Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth." Right? And understand that Yahweh Shai is the epitome of the law. He's that more perfect law.
Right.
Right? He is the word. Right? He says, "I come in the volume of the book, it is written of me." So everything in here is of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai at the end of the day.
Right.
All right? And this is the truth. And this truth is what's gonna break off those spiritual chains off of you, man.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. That's a full fight. This is St. John chapter 4, starting at 36. It says, "He that reapeth receiveth wages and gathereth fruit unto the life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. And herein is that saying true, one soweth and another reapeth. I sent you to reap, that thereon ye bestowed no labor. other men labor and ye entered into their labors. Right? You got to be even thankful that you even in this thing, man. You know, we're look, lower level. You know, even coming in after the apostles, anybody on this side, we're still lower level because it was already established before 2024. It was established way before the 60s. It was established all the way in Judea. It was established in Jerusalem. It was established in Samaria. It was established even when Abraham left his father, when the Lord moved him to leave his father, man, because they was believing in idols. Right. It was established in the root of our family, which is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
And those of the elect have been built on this foundation every time they come back on the earth. They're continuing to build, man.
Yeah.
Right before everybody's eyes, and nobody can see it, man.
Yeah. That's why this little boy, he not in the truth, but it was a viral video, a reel, and he said reincarnation is real. He said the Lord make you keep coming back over and over again just to get it right. You don't come back as in the same flesh, but your spirit comes back and you have a new body, just all to please the Lord. Right. And if you don't get it right, of course you get sent, you get back to the Father, and he brings you back again. Right. Now you can take that in so many levels, but that shows until Yahawashi come back a second time, right. That's when it's done, man.
We are filthy rags.
Man.
So we continue to keep going through this.
Yeah.
Because guess what? We continue to fall short.
Yeah.
Right? Romans 8:20, man, because our spirit is subject to our flesh is subject to vanity, man. Yeah. So we're gonna continue to go off. Right? Because we need a savior. Right. Right? Because if we could do this by ourselves, then why would Yahawashi even come back? And right. Why would Yahawashi have to go up on the cross for us?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a purpose and a reason. Right? So if we could do this ourselves, then we'd have been out of here. Yeah. But yet we keep saying we are still in captivity, man.
Yeah.
You know, so obviously we keep going off. You know?
Then you said I'm gonna just bring this out because this is St. John 15:3. It says, now ye are clean through the word, which I have spoken unto you. You had said that we're filthy rags. And so that shows every day we should be cleaning out. This is red letter.
Right.
That means that's a warning. You know, we're clean through the word, which Yahawashi have spoken to us. That goes back to Deuteronomy 8. Everything leads back to Yahawashi. Right. Deuteronomy 18. If we don't hearken to the words of what Yahawashi have given us, the Lord is going to require your blood at the end.
Right.
Now the men of the Lord must be teaching the whole volume of the word because they're bringing forth Yahawashi.
Right.
OT only. You're finished. If you don't get right and start prophesying and believing in Yahawashi, you're finished because you're not Deuteronomy 18. They say that's either Joshua or that's King David. How is that King David? King David was a king, you know? Yeah, he was probably prophesying and speaking of the Lord, right? But the Lord wasn't talking about David because David wasn't face to face with the Lord like Moses was. Right. Even more, David wasn't in the heavens. He wasn't the first creation, man. That has to blow your mind. Yahawashi was face to face with the Lord, baby. So he already knew what pleases the Lord before he came down here. Because guess what? Yahawashi created somebody in his own reflection, which is the elect, to help him make everything that pleased the Lord. Because then the powers say this is good. How can they say what they created was good unless it was good by the Father? Right. And Yahawashi said, because when you go to Daniel the 17th chapter, the elect is going to be one with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi, man. And being one is that 100% doctrine, one doctrine. Being one with the Lord is prophesying in the name, prophesying in your power. Right. None of us is over Yahweh. Yo, the Lord can kill your ass right now. That's why you must prophesy in the power, pray in the power, believe in the power, and fast.
Fear.
Yeah.
You gotta fear, man.
Yeah. What?
Fear is a great motivator.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people right now, they're not fearing what's going on. They're just living their life, man. They don't understand that all hell is about to break loose pretty soon. Yeah. Man. They don't understand that this shit is teeter-tottering, man, and it's about to damn tip over, man.
Yeah.
You know, this place is finished, right? You know, you had the port, they go back to work. So what, right? There's still gonna be more things that are gonna keep happening to this place, man.
Yeah.
Right? There's actions and reactions to this place, and the Lord is just stirring this place down the drain, man.
Right. When you go to Baruch 4:25, it says, my children suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God. I'm going to stop there because he was talking about fear. When you go in these scriptures, you got to know what DJ God did. Yahweh is the one that put you in this place.
Right.
You know, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is the one that allowed you to go into captivity because of your rebelliousness, man. Isaiah 30, 1-12, man. We're rebellious, starting with the women and, of course, leading with the men. Because the men, we're the leaders of this thing, man. If we're not establishing our foundation, everybody's going to fall. That's why women is bringing monstrous children, man. Because of the leaders, man.
Right.
And then you women, you are so-called leaders for other women and children. You leading a bad example.
Right.
Even women that could be in the faith, you know, you doing a good job. You trying, you doing good. But you have some women that, like this one sister, she on fire, right? But then you seen her say, my husband, I understand saying this in the scripture, but my husband, if he want another woman, he ain't getting it. He gonna have to wait. Hey, now, even if he want to wait, he could do that. But a woman saying those things, you are not a true believer of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai.
On social media, just in general.
Yeah.
Talking about something, man.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? You just got to think about that, man. Listen, what y'all don't understand, man, is shit is really about to hit the fan. And, you know, it's just crazy. Like, you'll walk and you'll see, like, a woman, you know, jogging down the street.
Uh-huh.
You see, something happening, and I just think in my mind, like, damn, during Jacob's trial, none of this shit's gonna be happening.
Right.
You're not gonna be able to freely just jog your ass up and down the street. Right. You're not gonna be able to ride your bike and walk with your little tight pants to wherever. Yeah. Right? Because guess what? Somebody gonna snatch your ass up in Jacob's trouble, man.
Yeah.
Y'all don't understand what's coming, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be just a whole. It's gonna be a what is that? Second Esdras, Salakia. Second Esdras 14 and 40. Salakia. Second Esdras chapter 14, verse 16. It says, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein," man.
Right.
It's going to be so much greater evils that you can't even imagine, right? Because you've been running around here free to run and do whatever the hell you want to do, because Esau kind of gave you that privilege to go out here and basically destroy yourself, right? You know? It's crazy.
Second Esdras 16 and 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
And what's in their houses? The women.
Yup, the women.
The children.
Yup.
Right? Hey, your neighbor's not going to give
Yo,
a damn.
you see how you just said that? Women, you are considered a good.
Right.
The children is considered good because you come from the loins of a man.
It says a man that gets a good wife gets a good possession.
Yeah.
That's
a woman. You are a good. You are that's to humble you. You are a good.
A man is not gonna have no pity on his neighbor.
Right.
Right. Or his goods. He's not gonna give a damn about you.
Yo, that's really to really humble you women. That's a Sirach 36 that shows that a woman, you are a possession. My phone, this is my possession.
Right.
I'm a man is not a woman possession. The Lord made woman for man.
Will you let a nigga smack that shit out your hand?
Hell no.
That's your shit.
Right. That's your possession.
That's what y'all don't understand, and y'all think that that's a bad thing.
Right.
Right. You know, if somebody has it as a possession, they're protective over that.
Yeah. What would it say in the script? If somebody was to kill your wife or, touch your wife, a man would get angry,
right?
Because that's his possession. That's why, because the Lord created women for man.
Right.
That's to humble all you women, right? You are a good. You are a possession to the man.
Right.
A man is not your possession.
Right.
Right. So saying that again, it says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their good." Hey, how you spoil? You can ravish a woman.
Right. Right.
Spoil
her. It said, what's that in Jeremiah? What is that? Is that Jeremiah 3? Let me read that real quick.
Jeremiah 3?
Yeah,
go ahead. Let's get it.
And then you can continue reading that part. This is Jeremiah chapter 3, and I believe it's 1.
Going to the white.
Jeremiah, this is Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, "They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Come on.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers,
right?
Yet return again to me, saith Yahweh Shem Al Shai."
Right.
And guess what? In this occasion, you might not even want to.
Right.
Right? but somebody, you know, your neighbor is not gonna give a damn.
Right.
You know, when he kicks in the door, right? He's not gonna give a damn what's going on. He don't give a damn, and what he's gonna do? He's gonna ravage the goods, man.
Right, and then imagine this. Look how the Lord defiled our nation by, when you said our women had many lovers, because most of the brothers that could be in this faith didn't have a virgin. Right. The Lord let your women have many lovers before you, man. Right. You see that, man?
Right.
You got to really humble yourself.
Right.
So to finish it says, because of the lack of bread and of great tribulation, right? We're going to become mad men in that day.
Right.
Not we, because we're trying to aim to be of the Lord's hopeful elect.
Right.
But the ones that's not trying to, they're going to become mad men.
It's going to be real carnal shit out there.
Yeah.
You know, a nigga will kick in your goddamn door, right? Ravage your house, ravage your woman, and then take your fucking bread and walk away eating a goddamn sandwich, man.
Right.
And he's not going to give a damn
They
about none of that.
Act like nothing never happened.
Act like nothing happened. Full, good, feeling good,
yeah,
and
that
be
was
gone,
good.
Man.
Yo, when you watch the movie Into the Woods, that you
yeah.
Yo, what that do? He was trying to say, "Oh, where's your dad?"
Right.
And then hurried up and
snatched her ass up,
took
bro.
that Karuchi and then took water and thought it was gasoline.
Yeah.
That was a humbling moment right there, man.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand, man. It's
like even if that girl had a man,
right.
and say if that man wasn't a man of the Lord, he'll beat your man up, rape you, and then leave.
Right.
You got to really take that in, not just only the children.
Right.
You wives that say that you in the truth. That's for you too, man.
Right.
You know?
And we don't know what our judgment is, too. This is why we got to continue to fear Yahweh Shem Shai.
Right.
Because we can still be getting judged for the things that we've done in our past, man.
Right. And guess what? You remember how when we said the Lord used brothers to do that conversation with the Elder Sabak, and then next thing you know, now we're not with them?
Yeah.
Now, guess what? The Lord can have a man in your life to give you the truth, and you might not really cleave to it at that day. You might fall out, and the Lord might put more faith in the children, and you might die and be part of the 2/3, and your kids get beamed up.
Right.
And the husband. Or it could be the same. What if the husband died and he wasn't right, and then you get up?
Right.
Or what if it was just you, the women and the husband, and the kids make it, and we don't?
Right.
You know? That's why you got to make your calling in election sure and play your role the best that you can on this side in a humble and a low estate way, man.
Right.
You know? That's why a woman shall, especially in this truth, shall not try to exceed or have dominion over a man.
Right.
You have to, this is a battle.
Right.
You know? And if a man is battling the flesh, you women have to battle. That's why the Lord put certain men in an all stern mindset like Yahushua.
And who's gonna need the energy in those days too?
Right, men.
Who's gonna need the energy? So this is the thing, you know, because even now people put a lot of ease. They put their children over the man. Who's gonna be protecting them, man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that's about to get so real that people don't understand. Right. And a whole lot of people's mindset is gonna change, or you're gonna be deleted, man.
Right.
Like it's gonna be point blank. You're gonna be spoiled and deleted.
And the Lord really bringing back the position of the men.
Right.
You know?
Like who was that? Elder Apostle Tahar said, hey, the Lord's about to put the spirit about, or it might have been Elder Apostle Gabar. It was one of them. They were saying that, you know, the Lord's put it back to the spirit where man is going to go back to his true rulership nature, man.
Come on.
You know, he's not going to be playing with you, motherfuckers. Right? When all hell's breaking loose, when Jacob's trouble is going on, you think the prisons, the prisoner guard is gonna be standing in the prison?
No.
Hell no. The niggas that you done locked up, he was saying that.
Yep.
The niggas that you done locked up, what do you think they gonna do? Once they break free, who you think they coming to look for?
They come against
the one who put him in jail for some stupid shit.
Yeah, that's confirmation. This lady, I think her stepson or her son, he got out of jail and he came home and he stabbed his mother to death. You know, and guess what? It was she had a surprise birthday party.
Right.
And guess what? She got stabbed, right? And everybody like, yo, where's she at? We got a surprise birthday party. She said she was gonna come to this event, and guess what? Her son stabbed her to fuck to death, man. You know? And that's, judgment of the Lord is super real, man. And right now, when you go into the word kingdom goes into kingship.
Right.
Kingship. Even when you say, hello, willing, we can get into the kingdom. You talking about you want to get into the kingship. You want to get into a man's rulership. Right? And that's humble all you women. Oh, Lord willing, even the women that's not in the faith, Lord willing, we make it into the kingdom. And then y'all still don't even know. Kingdom goes into kingship. Not womanship. Kingship is when men are ruling.
Right.
And guess what? When a empire falls, women get taken. All this happened all in history.
That's why we're bringing that out a lot. You've been saying that.
That's why a lot of people don't understand that all captivity. When any nation was, it don't matter if he was Moab, when Alexander, when he was conquering all those different places, when he was establishing the Greek Empire, they was taking the women. When they conquered, they would have a huge feast, and they would show women, but you know, Alexander, he was a fruitcake. He would have men and women.
They was doing that in Russia.
Yeah.
With the Russia-Ukraine, they was just doing that.
They
like
took the fucking women,
they was doing
man.
the same, like, it's right there, man. But you don't understand that the Lord is planning this stuff out, and he's got spirits waiting just to do this stuff, man.
Right.
You know, look, the Lord is sitting here like, man, I just need you to fuck up one more time,
right,
so I can bring this spirit, right? I'm gonna bring this out real quick.
Right.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 39 and verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, like you said. That stepson sat there in prison. What do you think he was doing? Was he trying to rehabilitate? Hell no. Hey, he was thinking about vengeance in his heart, man. As soon as I get home, I'm about to start deleting people, right? It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Well, who are they appeasing? They're appeasing Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right, because his wrath is on those of the unrighteous, man. Those are the wicked, man. And he has created these spirits, right? I was watching a video of this mountain lion, bro. Yo, this mountain lion. Hold on, let me keep reading this. It says, fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction, right? And now, like I said, I was watching this video on YouTube, and there was this mountain lion, and this mountain lion is standing at this lady's sliding glass door, blood all on his mouth, bro, and he's just sitting there, and he's just looking inside there, and he's growling and doing this stuff, and then the lady took the camera and looked around, and her cat is laying dead right behind him, and so he's just sitting there. I gotta see if I can pull it up, bro. Like, this is, hey, the Lord is stirring up these wild animals. It's stirring up these evil spirits out here, right? Because vengeance is about to come.
Right.
And it's all to appease his wrath, man, because his wrath is coming strong, man.
Right. And sidebar, some people might get offended, but then right before we was going into these verses, Sam was saying that, you got to fear the Lord. A lot of y'all not fearing the Lord. And part of that fear is to know if when America do fall, that's going to happen. I'm going to read a verse after the brother get what he get, just to prove that even when Israel got conquered in the time of Babylon and other ones, this example showed what they did to the women, And you got to know, when you go to the wood, the movie The Road, they giving up women just for food, Or they be like, look, I'll give you some flour for that girl right there. Right? Or they'll trade a girl for that because a girl is a possession.
Right.
You can get off. It's a sexual pleasure, because she still got a mouth, she still got a karuchi and all of that. You can still do something with that.
Right.
Yo, when you watch The Hills Have Eyes, I forgot which one it was, even though that mother sucker was ugly, when he got hold of that one girl, he had sex with her and busted in her, man.
Yeah.
A ugly gremlin did that.
Right.
So brothers is not, like, we're just trying to put the fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in you. When America fall, a lot of women are going to be humble, And guess what? You damn little fingerly LGB communities, a lot of y'all going to fail to realize you ain't going to have that hormones no more. Right. But if you want to be like that, you got to know Esau was ravishing the men too in slavery. So a lot of y'all want to be Fukmanagers, you going to get handled wrong too.
Right.
Jacob Trouble, are we talking about men that's not acting right, and you women that's not, and even you women that's faking the funk, you're going to be dealt with tremendously, man.
Right. The Lord knows the hearts, man.
Yeah.
The Lord knows the hearts.
He examining everybody's fruits.
You can go ahead and bring that out. I got to find it.
This is Limitations, chapter 5. It's okay. I'm going to start at the point. Verse 11, it says, they ravished the woman. No, I'm going to start at 7 so you can understand the sins of our fathers. It brought forth you know, the limitations of Jeremiah, right? It says, our fathers have sinned and are not. We have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hand. We got our bread with peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. They ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the city of Judah. Right? They was, excuse my language, they were having a fuck fest, man. They was getting freaky with our women, man. Reading that again. It says they ravished the women in Zion and the maids in the city of Judah. You know? They did that to our women, man. They did that to our possessions. Right? And didn't care. And that happens when the land is getting overtaken. This is what they do. Yo, it's I forgot what movie it was. It was about American War, and when they went over to like it was an old movie. Someone going to Thailand or doing something, and usually when they not at war, they would go into the cities and gather girls, man. And they just got done killing mad people. They gathering foreign women and having their way with them.
Right.
You know, you're a woman. You know.
Yep.
So that's just putting fear in a woman, like just putting it as an example. But even another verse that I'm going to bring, 1 Peter 4:17, the whole 12 tribes is going to get it. Go ahead, King.
Let me just show it real quick. This is the cougar, right? And it was just sitting at the lady's front porch, man, and was sitting here like and then I got to find the other video because what happened was he came back even later that night, still staring in the window, man. You know, it's a crazy thing, man. I had to send it in the chat.
Yeah,
it's just, yes, look, oh, Salaki. Yep, came back. Damn, man.
The fear of the Lord goes in all spectrums, man. Forward, side to side, back to back.
Banging its head on the window and staring at me. And then so Fish and Wildlife came over. They took our cat, hoping that it would deter the cougar from coming back. And then around 9 p.m. or so,
it came back again.
It's here again. And
the
I
cougar
came
back
honestly,
again.
I ran over and it was
and just staring through the window, bro.
And
looking for the smoke, bro.
So,
right.
And then as I got closer to the window,
that's blood too, right?
Yeah. It dragged off one of their cats, man. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
this is what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has these spirits of these wild beasts turned up, man.
Dang, you just said that.
You
when
know?
you go into I think if I read in the G&T, it's gonna say nature. Okay. When you go into Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, because he just showed this is the power of the Lord. The Lord could really tap into his creations and they can just change. This is the power of the Lord. The Lord could really right, that's confirmation. Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon. I'm going to the 5th chapter. Let me make sure that this is what I want though. Okay, yup. This Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 in the G&T. It says, he will sharpen his stern anger with the sword, talking about Yahushai, and the forces of nature will join him in battle against those who are foolish enough to oppose him. Bolt of lightning will strike right on target as if the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, had made a bow out of the clouds and was shooting arrows. Hailstones will beat down on his enemies with terrible force. Those goes into the nukes. And the oceans and rivers will come rushing over them in its devastating flood because it's going to really turn into a lake of fire.
Right.
Great windstorms will blow them away like straw. Lawlessness will be the ruin of the whole world. Evil actions will cause governments to fall. And they're slowly showing themselves. Right? The prophets is revealing the son of perdition, and the son of perdition is revealing themselves, man. Right? Jimmy Carter said he know that he wasn't the most powerful man in the world. He wasn't even compared because there were certain things he wasn't allowed to know. He wasn't allowed to know about UFOs and other things. When you think about the top elites, it's videos of certain low Edomites that would say the true Hebrew Israelites are the blacks. They would say it. If a low individual Edomite was in a White House and he found out that these angels is the ones in the chariot, they would tell the whole world. That's why the elites don't trust their own. Why you think it's poor Edomites, man?
Right.
Because Esau don't care for his own, man.
Right.
He only care about the ones that want to conquer.
That's
if
why
you don't
he
want
is
to,
the wicked.
yeah, right. If you don't want to conquer, you not really part of his family, man.
Right.
You know, that's why they changed their name.
Right.
They don't want to be you. Because when
right.
you got to talk about a Pacific Edomite, an Amalekite,
Right.
right? A small hat,
Right.
right? A real Caucasian is going to change his name and take somebody else's name.
Right.
And then literally he's not flying like Warren Buffett, a low level.
Right.
You know, he's flying. I'm one of the richest men in the world. Bill Gates, I'm the richest. Or Jeff Bezos,
Right,
right?
right.
A real ruler is not flaunting it.
Right.
Do you think everybody met Antiochus Epiphanes? Do you think everybody was around Julius Caesar? Right? The council was around him. But lower level Edomites, they was even low, man.
And they show you, because you even look here in the city, you see where the lower level live
Yeah.
on the south side, man.
Yeah.
They live all in their little, and that shit look worse than the east side, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? They look like they living in the country somewhere, man.
Right.
That's
and then
crazy.
you get around them higher up, Edomite, let them
Right.
go to, oh, Donald Trump, what you gonna do? Yo, Donald, can I get 1,000? They not caring for you, man.
Right, right.
You're low level in a nation, man.
Right, right.
Because this supposed to be your kingdom. Especially in you other nations, they come from a whole nother foreign country and they got shot, bro.
Right.
They getting money and they living better than you low Caucasians,
Right,
man.
right.
That's why through the spirit, like Elder Ty always say, in this truth, we not worried about the low level Edomites
Right.
because you don't even have a hand in this.
Right. You don't
You're
know
gonna be
what's going
destroyed on this side.
That's so crazy. You don't even know what's going on. man.
Right. And
They
you,
like your boy Braden with his family business, bro.
Yeah.
He had no idea what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
Man. He just walking around. Yeah, man, they got a business. You
Right.
know, they don't know what the fuck's going on.
and then
man.
just started cleaving to Jake, man.
Right, right,
You know,
right.
and through the spirit, you never know. That might be a Jake. You know?
Right.
You know, but Esau, you're down bad, and you can look at the state of your people
Right.
because now look, you're not even caring for you're not even trying to have them
Right.
get some of the crop, right?
Right.
Because Esau trying to make it blend so that Jake can say, you know what, we all slaves,
Right.
we're all low. If Edomites, if all whites was all in power, then they would have a problem to be like, damn, how can we have them under control?
Right.
You know, they giving you Muslims and Chinese. Why you don't see they restaurants in every corner in the suburbs?
Right.
They got big plazas
Right.
because Esau know where I want you. I want you over here in
Right.
Babylon to the Valley of Dry Bones. The Koreans and some of these foreigners, they had a contract where they had to go into the city to make their fortune, where the niggas is at, man.
Right.
You know, this establishment is to tear down Jake, but it's all leading to the judgment of Jake.
They'll give you all types of money to do it.
Yeah.
They'll give you whole grants and everything to open up your business in our neighborhood.
Yep.
You know, just stay out of our shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's why they gave you Black Lives Matter, and George Soros over here said, I make money off of chaos, and then put a lesbian in the LGBT community square as the head of that little thing, man.
Right.
That wasn't for us, man.
Right. It's all that.
Smoke
All
and
that is
screens, man.
Well, yeah, all that was just used to use our strife and our the stuff that we're going through and try to slide themselves into it so that they could get, you know, basically. I don't even know how to word it, but they basically kind of just slid in. They used, you know, with the Black Lives Matter, they try to use our plight and the shit that we going through to slide themselves in and be like, yeah, well, look at us too. Yeah, we're all the same.
Yeah,
No,
not
damn it.
all lives matter.
No, you know what I mean?
And then when you go, y'all didn't learn from what happened to Kanye and Irvin. That was an eye-opener for all who's really serious about this.
Right.
Because it's either you gonna fold or get in the step and grow in the knowledge.
Right.
Or you got what Diddy. Diddy opened his mouth about the liquor store and said, look, they still treating us like niggas, man.
Right.
You damn right, you dumb diddler.
Right.
You know, but you deserve it because you doing the shit that them niggas in Sodom and Gomorrah did.
Right.
Hey, bring them out so we can have sex with them.
Right.
You freaking buffoons.
Right.
You know? But at the end of the day, you are the ones that's trying to make a league or a decree with the heathen, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is not our fucking rest, man.
Right.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God, and if it first began at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of God, man?
Right.
So what's good? Like, you got to think, what's going to happen to the ones that don't believe, that don't obey this, man?
Right.
you gonna get it way worse. That's why when it goes into Jacob's trouble, it's really for the 12 tribes of Israel, leading to 66.6% catching physical hell on this side.
Right.
Jonah was in the belly of a fish, and that was hell. You in captivity, which is a hell condition. But Jacob's trouble is going to be a afflicting hell. We just read it, where people gonna run through your house, take your goods.
Right.
Yo, why you gonna be sitting there, oh baby, your man gonna turn into a whole simp.
Right.
He ain't gonna wanna die. Go ahead, go take him.
Right.
Niggas gonna lose their life trying to defend that girl. But guess what? It's judgment two ways. For the man and you women that was too prideful.
Right.
And anybody getting emotional about it, go look at history. You straight bug it. America is not gonna last.
Right.
It's prophecy that America is gonna fall in 60 minutes. It gotta happen.
Right.
It's gonna delay for a minute, but it's gonna happen. Brace for impact,
Right.
motherfucker.
Like we brought out earlier, though it tarry, wait for it.
Yeah.
You know, it shall surely come. Habakkuk. Right? So this is Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not in my presence only,
Yeah.
but now much more in my absence.
Come on.
Work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. You listen. The book of Hebrews tells you to that it is a fearful thing to fall into.
Go get that.
This
Get
is
that.
Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31.
Yup.
It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power,
Yes,
man.
it is.
You don't know what he has imagined for you, man. You don't know, your deepest, darkest fears are gonna come upon you.
Right.
You know, and a lot of our people try to hide their fears and but the Lord is gonna bring all that upon you, man.
All of
You
it.
know?
Ooh, I
You
got a
scared of
piece of that.
spiders? Goddamn, it might be the biggest goddamn spider to come and get you, man. Right? This is all crazy. I don't know.
No, because I got some family members that's afraid of
Right.
spiders.
You don't know your fear. You don't know, but the Lord knows your fears, and like the book of Proverbs says, chapter 1, man. He's gonna laugh when your fear cometh upon you.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's the one who gave it to you.
It's going to end hyphen in that day. And just because you said that, I wanted to show this too, because anybody that think they got away from doing certain shit, the Lord is about to bring that shit tenfold. You remember how, and when you go in Exodus, we had that hedge over us, which was Yahweh Shem Ashai, where we had to put the blood of the lamb on the door, and that death spirit didn't touch us.
Right.
That's only for the elect on this side, where you're going to have Job 1 and 9. He had a hedge. When you go to NOT, it said a wall of protection. They're going to have a wall. They're going to go through stuff, but they're going to have a wall of protection.
Right.
The things that they're going to go through is just to test their faith, because the elect have to be tried.
Right.
The shit is not just smooth for you until you get beamed up, or when the Lord hits you and you start moving shit, or you start healing people.
Right.
But other than that, you have to know the elect is going to go through stuff too.
Right.
But you worse individuals, you're going to get way worse. So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, starting at verse 63. It says, he knoweth your sins, which you said, and what ye think in your hearts, which you just said, and when ye sin, seek to hide your sins. Therefore have the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai diligently searched out all your works, and he prepared for all of you an evil judgment. And when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men, and it shall be righteousness that shall stand accuse you in that day.
Right.
Wait, hold on.
Bring it out.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute, young brother.
The Lord knows, because the Lord is the one who did it to you. You know, the
Yep.
deceived and the deceiver are his. He knows, and he knows what irks you. He knows what gets under your skin. He knows your weakness. He knows your strength. He knows all this stuff. So
Right.
damn, you damn know he knows your fear.
Right.
You know?
Reading that again, where 64, it says, therefore have the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai exactly searched out all your works. He will put you all to shame. And when your sins are brought forth, ye shall be ashamed before men, and your own sins shall be your accusers in that day.
Man.
You know, you gonna be butthurt. Your sin. Look, right now, a lot of us know what we have done to this day, especially if you in this faith.
Right.
You remember it, and then you're always striving to be better.
Right.
But it's gonna hit you tenfold, because now you might even remember what you did before this time,
Right.
the time before. Why you think when we go to Ecclesiastes 1, It's not a remembrance of what happened in the old. That's why you got to read. Right. You know how much of a burden that would be if you remember, oh, that was me in Egypt. When Moses came down, I put my earrings that Aaron said, and I gave it, and he put it part of the calf. And you remember that? Oh my goodness, your heart coming right out your coming out your mouth, man.
You little momos who, you know, you out here on this side doing all, you gonna remember this stuff, man.
You Benjamin, that damn near gangbang that concubine, and then got her whole body cut up, and then you went to war with all Israel. Just imagine if you did other sins and it led to this time. The Lord is gonna hit you double fold on your thought, like, oh shit, and it's gonna be hard. Then you got people attack while you thinking of your sins, somebody coming to get you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy, man.
This is why we gotta constantly be asking the Lord for forgiveness, man.
Right.
For not only the things that you've done in this life, but of your past lives, man. Right? Because the Lord said He'll get you, man. You know, He said to the third and fourth generation. The Lord is not forgetting. 3-4 generations done pass when you come back on this earth. Like, yep, got him.
Right.
Got him. Yeah, this nigga gonna be born with one arm, right? He gonna be born with one arm. Or you come in with 2 arms and leave with 1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord, listen, the judgments of the Lord are incredible, man. When we just read the different things. All you gotta do is look on the news and you'll see the different things. Remember I showed you the dude, whole head, missing the whole top of his skull, man. And his dude is sitting outside of the hospital just smoking a cigarette, like picking inside his brain, man. Because the Lord done made his whole skull is missing, man. I'm talking about crazy, like you can't imagine, you know?
Right. This is 2 Chronicles 16:9. It says, for the eyes of the Lord Yahweh run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show Himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect towards Him. Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars. Right? And you're going to have a spiritual war where the Lord is allowing the left-hand side to, because really, for the 2/3, the left-hand side is going to really be dealing with you. If a man coming to your house and ravishing your wife, the left-hand side got you. You know, if your child getting taken, is the left-hand side. Right. Even some of us men that's gonna be taken and try to be beheaded, that's the left-hand side playing their role, but it's all Yahweh Bashem Al Shai seeing is you gonna take this MOTB, you know? And if you do, you're dead. But if you don't, that left-hand side know who. That's why you gotta know when you being tested on this side, especially in this faith, the left-hand side know who the men of the Lord is and who the daughters of Zion, who the true believers is. Right. They know who you is. Right. That's why they have to test you, because that's what being tried through this adversity. That's what being tried through the furnace. You know, you don't just think that the elect is just smooth sailing. They got to get tried too, because this faith is serious. And it's people like Peter, he had it. And he said, man, I ain't gonna deny you. He was strong in that thought. Right. And guess what? The left-hand side came through, because Yahweh Shai, as soon as Yahweh Shai spoke that thing, it came into existence, and the order was already given to the angels, because they was given a script. I need you to test Peter. Test Peter. And guess what? What is the coinkadink that the crow, did it 3 times? Right. Because it was established. They got their script.
Already prophesied.
Yeah.
Because remember, you know, it said, smite the head, and the sheep shall basically scatter or whatever.
That,
you know what I'm saying?
Go with Zechariah 13:7.
So this is, you know, all this stuff is. This is why this is prophecy, man. And you got to get into these prophecies to understand what's going to happen, right? This is the only way that we can really prepare, because really, it's going to be so much stuff going on. You know what I mean? Like like Elder Apostle Gabar did a video, man. It's like he said, prepare to be uncomfortable, man. Yeah. You got to prepare yourself. You got to be running through your mind these situations, man. Like we're bringing out, man. Somebody can kick in your door, snatch your children away from you. You know, beat your son up, whatever it could be. You got to put this stuff in your imagination, because these are the things that could be happening. And what are you gonna do? Are you gonna? That's why the Book of Sirach tells you, Salakia. Book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 1, it says, my son, if thou come to serve Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, right? It says, and make not haste in the time of trouble. It says, cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in thy last end, right? Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So you got to understand, man, that the Lord can bring you very low, right? The Lord can bring you down very low, man. You could be like Job and lose a whole lot of stuff, man. But are you gonna flee, right?
That's a warning.
Right.
Confirmation right there.
Are you gonna flee, or are you gonna continue to cleave unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and be like, nah, man, we gotta keep going in this thing, man.
Right.
You know?
This is Luke chapter 12, starting at verse, I'm gonna start at 51. It says, suppose ye that I come to give peace on the earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Right? This is why we have to discern the times, because this is another thing. If your house is not in order, established in this faith, the Lord will put your children against you.
Right.
The Lord will put your wife against you, or the Lord will put your husband or sister that we was talking about at camp. We was talking to Asher playing around. Her brother, her husband that was in his faith, dragged her when she had a child in her and was beating the hell out of her. You know, of course, she put all of this on social media and saying whatever, where she shouldn't really do that. But hey, that's all the Lord.
Right.
The Lord put that on him. Whatever she got going on,
right.
We can't just say, "Oh no, I'm good." No, guess what? If a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man, you gotta fit that. Because if you got a man that's beating the hell out of you, dragging you like that with a child in you, you doing something that's not right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is why, if you really say you have this faith, a woman, you should know your role. And a man, you should know your role each and every day. Don't get in your emotions and feeling sister or brother. It's okay. We understand a man is a man and all those other things. A man won't want this. Know that you're not that. We could talk about polygyny. We cannot talk about that. But you have to know your role. You are under a man. All men on the earth, either wicked or righteous, a woman is under him. Esau switched that and made a woman think that she's more high value. Glorilla said that I got something to say and it's not sitting well with me. Why do a woman got to be a man's piece? Because she feel like she shouldn't have to. Then she say another thing that don't sit well. Why do men got to have a smart mouth? That don't sit well with me. That don't look right. Excuse me, bitch, right? Because a shameless woman is considered a dog. You know, at the end of the day, a woman's supposed to be a man piece because a woman was created for a man.
Right. And the Lord is, and this is the thing too. And keep watch, man, because the Lord is taking away these distractions, man. Right? These celebrities,
Hollywood,
right? All this stuff. The Lord is taking this stuff away.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be entertained.
Right.
All you're gonna be thinking about is fear, trembling, and these different things, because the Lord is about to take all this stuff, all this little extra stuff that you can try to distract yourself with. The Lord's about to take that away from you, and you about to sit in your own shit right now.
Your own vomit, man. Shaq, he just said, in NBA, when you really look at it, it really means nothing but actors.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Everything is an actor, and Lord willing, brothers I could do a lesson on it. You know, brothers was talking, and then Apostles, they did their Tuesday, and he said, when you really look at it, the book of Acts is nothing but true actors acting for the Lord. And I'm hit. Me and Jeremiah start talking about it. Right. When you really go in the book of Acts, the apostles was really acting out the role that Yahweh Shai said, that you're going to get persecuted for this, but you're going to stand up for the name, whoever is ashamed. In the book of Acts, they wasn't ashamed. Right. They was ready to die. We ought to be God rather than men. Right. So our role on this side is to act out this role, not to act to have your riches on this side. Oh, hey, look, man, I'm living well. I have a big house. I can get into any car. Who gives it? You can have that. Right. But who gives a hell, man? Right. Because then now when you showing yourself, people, a lot of us, I'm going to talk on your downfall, man. Because you'll see a strong man at his downfall. Mm-hmm. When a man is down at his downfall, oh man, I only have enough to pay my bills, and that's it. I can't go do other stuff. And if a man is still holding his integrity, still giving towards the Lord, still striving for the Lord, that man is stronger than a man that has, than a man that don't. A man that don't have is stronger than a man that don't.
Right. And it's like just like you saying, you know, in the book of Acts, you know, and we understand right now we're in the second book of Acts, man.
Yeah.
You know, and what we're doing, we're playing out what Yahweh Hashem Shai has for us, man.
Yup.
And one of the things we do is we speak daily.
Yes.
You know, we speak daily one to another, right? I want to bring this out. This is Malachi chapter 3 and verse number 16.
Yup.
It says, "Then they that feared Yahweh Hashem Shai spake often one to another." Right? Now, do me and this brother, do we call each other every day? Nope. But guess what? I hear him and he's talking to me, right? When I see him do his lessons, right? And then I'll talk back to him when I do another lesson, man. And we'll sit here and we'll talk back to each other, man. Right? It says, "Then they that feared Yahweh Hashem Shai spake often one to another, and Yahweh Hashem Shai hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared Yahweh Hashem Shai and that thought upon his name." Right? So, you know, right now there's a book being written, man. Right? The second book of Acts, man. Right? Of the follow-up, you know, of the apostles and elders, man. You got the same people still out here. And they're doing this thing again. All right? And the Lord is jotting this stuff down. Right? We go out here, we go on the highways and hedges, we go on the unicorn, which is the internet, and we continue to write this story, right? And it's being documented, right? The angels are documenting this. All right, yeah, these brothers, they came out. Yeah, it was pouring down rain. No, they still came out. Yep, they all here. They you know, they're giving the word. The Ruach HaKodesh is working in them and doing that, man. You know?
Right, I'm gonna get this, right?
Okay.
This is Acts chapter 3, verse 14. It says, "But ye denied the Holy One and the just, and desired a murderer to be granted unto you, and killed the Prince of Life, whom God hath raised from the dead, whereof we were witnesses," right? And before I keep going, a witness is somebody that was a witness to the report or the record, and a witness is somebody that dies for this report or this record, right? Because when you look at all the apostles, they died for this ministry. John, he got persecuted and was boiled in oil, and he was in Patmos, but he died in peace as an old man. You know, he was the last. After him, it was over. Then the word started closed, and then Israel just was going to and fro in the freaking earth until that time where the Lord fulfilled certain parts in Deuteronomy 28 and brought a nation from fire and to overcome and get you, right? Because after Rome fell, Israel was ruling. We was in power. We was doing our thing, and guess what we stopped doing? Stopped talking about the Lord and start serving him, and guess what? We fell again on our asses.
Right, and the Lord told John that he was going to prophesy again to many countries and kingdoms.
Malachi,
and kings, right? And how is that? Through the regeneration, man. And he's coming back, like you brought up earlier. You know, they come back, you come back again and again, right? And you continue to come back in that lot, man, and do what you're supposed to be doing.
And even Yahweh Shai even said, because when he's talking to the Pharisees, even this generation, that generation, the time of Yahweh Shai was going to see his coming. Why would he say that? Right. So that shows that those Pharisees, false teachers, is back on the earth.
Right.
The 400 teachers that was following Baal, Peor or Baal, right? They're back on the earth. You know, and guess what? They're doing their same thing, but now they're teaching of a new Bala. It could be Jesus. It could be Dagon. It could be Torah cards. It could be some other bullshit.
The wicked Sadducees and the wicked Pharisees.
Yeah.
They're back here on the earth too. We see them.
Yeah.
We see it. And their thing is, their mindset is the same exact thing.
Yes.
The same exact as they were before.
Some of them could be scientists that's saying, oh, talking about it is a power, but you have to know that the spectrum of space and the science of this. Yo, they could be a scientist that's trying to teach you knowledge.
You got a lot of Jake into that Scientology bullshit.
Yeah, man. That too.
You know? Thinking about, you know, the earth, wind, waves, all this, you know, bull crap, man. You know?
Trying to put you under a damn mind control.
You got your Pharisees who are, you know, all about the law.
And they sitting in high seats.
Right. And then they're not doing none of that.
Right.
You know? Telling you to do this, telling you to do that, and they're not doing none of it.
Right. Come on, man. Now, verse 16, it says, "In his name through faith in his name have made his men strong." Right? And that's even more because Philippians 4:13, you know, Yahweh Shai is the one that strengthened us, that makes it possible for us to even do these things. It says, "Whom ye see and know in the faith which is by him, have given him this perfect soundness in the presence of all you. And now, brethren, I wot that through ignorance ye did it, as did your fathers. But those which God before had showed by the mouth of all his prophets that Hamashiach should suffer, he have so fulfilled. Guess what? Before Yahushua, it was prophesying that this man would do this. Moses way back prophesied of Yahushua. And hey, Balaam, he prophesied of Yahushua. When Balak was talking about curse, he was bringing up forth the end time prophecy. And then after Yahushua, those prophets prophesied about Yahushua. Paul was able, he was taught by the Lord Yahushua. He wasn't with Yahushua because he was a young lad after Yahushua died, right? And Yahushua said, how much more is, what about the people that didn't see me? And they follow it. They have faith. They're gonna walk in the work. And then look at us now. I don't remember walking with Yahushua. Right. How much more you walking or with somebody that you ain't never seen, never shook a hand, never heard him bring out nothing. He didn't blind you. He blinded spiritually, but didn't physically blind you like Paul and then tell you, hey, why are you pressing? Hey, why are you doing this? Why are you selling drugs to me? We didn't have that, but by our faith, we believe that he is who he is. That's what it consists of. Right. The Lord don't always have to come to his believers and say, hey, do you believe in me? Then that, like, you're what is it? We move by faith, not by sight. You know?
And though we don't see, but through faith we believe.
Yeah, and that's why we are.
That's why we are. Listen, that's why we're out here standing on this corner, right? Because through our faith we believe, right? And we're looking for it, man. And hey, listen, every day we're talking to each other, talking about tear this place down, man. Right. You know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, man. We're tired of this place. You should be tired of this place, man. Yeah. You know? You should be. This place is bitter, man.
Why would he say this is not your rest?
Right.
You know? And even more, because some people be like, man, y'all ain't even speaking to nobody. When you see in Ezekiel, the Lord said, prophesy to the wind. Right. Because the Lord gave us an establishment. We've been around when we was calling people over. We've been around big crowds. Right. And none of them is doing none of this work.
Been there, done that.
So now some people that could be doing the work and they was watching the YouTube videos. Right. But even though we out here like a thorn in a place of concord where people could pull up. They could stop and say something. People walk up and they could, but they don't. So then the Lord let us know this is not for everybody. Right. And we not analyzed to know who the elect, because we can't even see if we the elect. We're working to be the hopeful elect. Right. And the true elect is the first thing you know about a child of the Lord, they listen to the word. Some of them have questions. And then after that, they do a diligent search. Right. It's not one day, I heard the word, man, Lord willing, I stay into it. And then you go back to your bullshit and you're not doubling up. Right. We have to keep doing this until the Lord comes. We have to keep doing this until the MOTB. Keep doing this until the Jacob's trouble. Right. And even when you can't teach no more, you still doing it because of faith. Right. We see in the one work that Yahushua said is to believe in me. Right. That's the number one work. If we don't teach, if the Lord take us off from teaching, you still got to do the work. Right. Believe, man. And if your household is still together in the union, you're going to still teach your family, hey, yo, babe, y'all, man, the faith. Yo, you see the food. You see I can't go to work. You're going to still be getting the scripture with your family, but we're going to be mute to the world. He's going to take us off these highways and byways. Right. We hoping and praying for that. Right.
And that's that thing. This is our duty is to go out here. Like the book of Ezekiel tells us, man, we go out here, we warn, the people of what's to come, right? It says Ezekiel 3:11, and go and get thee to them of the captivity, unto the children of thy people, and speak unto them, and tell them, thus saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, the Most High Power, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, right? It don't matter to us, man. Listen, we out here to do our job, right? And if you don't want to follow it, then so be it, right? Because guess what? Your fear is going to come upon you, you know? But we're out here to do our work, so we can get the blood off of our hands too at the end of the day. Because like we said, we know we're filthy rags, right? We know that we're not perfect in this topic, man. But this is how we're working on it,
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 17. It says, for Hamashiach sent me not to baptize, but to preach the gospel, not with wisdom of word, lest the cross of Hamashiach should be made of none effect. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. You know? So this is what we're not here to baptize with water. You know, we're not only just here to only, let me just do a good deed by giving this person bread.
Right.
You know? But do you have the notion of trying to give them that bread of life? You know, because our number one mission is to give, like what Peter, when the dude said, hey, do you have money? He said, I don't,
Right.
but I have this for you.
Money is or gold and silver I have not.
Right.
But what I do have basically is the Ruach HaKodesh, you know.
Yeah.
Take up thy bed and go.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's our number one thing. But it's good that's part of charity you give it to your brothers. But the number one mission is to bring forth from Mashiach Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai into the temple of his believers, man.
Right.
The Lord has to dwell in your temple for you to be part of those believers.
Right.
And if you're not of those believers, all of this is foolishness. You know, you'll see people walk past and laugh and giggle. Guess what? They're gonna remember. The Lord will have them remember the shit that they do when they walk past and they laugh in the midst of the men of the Lord, or on the camera.
Right.
Oh, niggas got a whole carpet on they and don't even know what a garment. Oh man, yeah, it's a garment, whatever. It's still a dress. A dress is supposed to be covering, not revealing.
Right.
This shit is revealing my side.
And
you know?
what good is it we give you a sandwich and you still wicked as hell?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make sense, man. Right? We give you a wicked ass a sandwich, and then you go back to do your wickedness. No, we're here to give you something way better than that, man.
Right.
We're here to try to, help cleanse your soul, man. Cleanse your mind, your heart, man.
Yeah.
With this word, man.
Something
You know?
way more profitable.
Right.
Right? Because this word endure forever. He said, what he said, heaven and earth can perish or fade away, but his word is everlasting.
Word to do it forever.
Yeah, it's gonna always be here. Even when we get in the heavens, you're gonna remember. It's not gonna be a talk about old Egypt no more. We're gonna be talking about the new Egypt. But your memory, you're gonna remember all of this, man. That's how you know that, like Yarmayat always say, Sam said too, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is undefeated. You know, so undefeated that, why you gotta read a book to get close with the Lord? Because we don't know shit. It's just human wisdom after that. How can you prove that Yahweh Shai real without the scriptures?
Right.
Oh, like the lady said, you gotta go to Jerusalem, then go to Egypt,
Right.
then look at the wall,
Right.
then we say, hey, well, what about going to the Greeks?
Right.
Nah, you go to Egypt, then you go to Jerusalem, then you go to Samaria. The Lord never told us that.
And what we wanted to tell her was like, look, lady, we're in Egypt right now.
Right.
This is spiritual Egypt right now. We already here. We already been there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need to go nowhere.
Oh.
All we need to do is go up in these scriptures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
It's-
crazy,
it
man.
baffles our people
Right.
when you say you got to read. Because why don't he say put it in the book?
Right.
He told Isaiah, it was 31:8. You know, he told him to write it in a book and have it as a witness.
Right.
You know, this is a witness for us to know the accounts of what we have done.
Right.
In the Greek captivity, a lot of Jake right now is cutting the foreskin of their son.
Hey,
Guess
and
what? Back then, you was sewing that shit back on just to look like a fucking heathen.
remember the old saying, because it's really getting old now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to hide something from a nigga, you put it in a book.
Right.
Right. But guess what? Niggas is actually opening the book and actually getting this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding now. Right.
Yep.
This stuff is, they can't hide behind these old things anymore, man.
Right.
You know, this truth is bearing light, and you can't stop the truth, man.
You can't.
You know,
You
you're
can't.
not gonna stop Yahweh Shai from coming back, man, and cracking these clouds, man.
And that shows you your leap of faith is so small because he said knowledge will increase.
Mm-hmm.
When the Lord put the first Abba Bibbins to bring forth, the Lord was moving through him and so on and so on. That was the establishment of the knowledge increasing. And what made it better? The internet. I don't really have to go to a library. I can go search that thing up, go on a computer,
Right.
search that thing up.
Right.
Knowledge is beyond, and we have more. That's why when you go to Psalms 119, 99, 100, he said we know more than the ancients. How is that? Because look how the knowledge increased,
Right.
where you can search.
Right.
You can go to certain libraries, there's certain books you can't even get. That's why you gotta go buy them online. You can buy them on Amazon. You can go here. You can go to certain websites where you can buy them and have them right on your phone, like the Kindle app.
And we're building on somebody's foundation, because guess what? They did all this stuff.
Yeah.
They put it on the internet for us. So now all we got to do, we want to look up a
Search.
word. Poop. We ain't got to go, like you said, and go and find and blow off the encyclopedia or
Right,
the
the
dictionary
dust.
that's over there and try to search the ups, the page, them rip.
Yeah.
Now you can't see it. No, all you gotta do is go in here and dip it out. But guess what? It's not gonna be there too much longer, man.
Right.
This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is not gonna be here too much longer, man. There's gonna be a famine coming.
Right.
You know?
And there's a sidebar, like this how you know America is grew like all the other kingdoms, especially Babylon. Babylon was beautiful in its own looking. The kingdom was all blue, like it looked beautiful. All rulerships was beautiful in its own establishment. And that's what Jake is memorized by America. It looks beautiful. You can go to LA, okay, oh, look at the party, look at the stars. Then you go to Florida, oh shit, the beach, look at the women naked. Okay, no, let's go to Puerto Rico. Oh, hey, no, let's go to New York. This is where the shit is happening at. Oh, you can go trade here. Oh, let's go to the falls. Oh, hey, a lot of things is because of the view. And that's what they do. They're catching you on the view of this captivity, and that's how they got you distracted.
And what's so cold about it, what you're just saying is, you go to these places, right? Like you just go to Hollywood. Oh, you got the Walk of Fame and this, and go just a block away, and you'll see fucking people living homeless on the fucking street, right? Go to DC, you be like, oh, that's the White House, and then you go and you drive to the White House, and you see that shit is straight up in the hood, right? You go to the damn corner over here, and it smell like piss, man, right? Everything, but the way they try to show it was, oh, this is so glamorous and glory, and then people get over here and be like, damn, this is it?
Yeah.
You know, this is what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Right? You look at the falls, right? People want to go to the falls. I remember my first time going to the Niagara Falls, and then we drive it through the city. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's going on?
That's
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying?
And then Esau, he got certain places that's like buildings or complexes that's built over Indian burials, right? Where they did mass slaughter. Like even more, they want you to forget your past. They want you to forget slavery coming to America. They want you to forget Egypt. So now when they do a old movie, they make the Egyptians white. Pharaoh was white. What? Make it make sense.
Right.
When the Egyptians was ruling, Esau was below average. When the Ethiopians was ruling, they was below average.
Right.
They wasn't even on a high level.
Right.
You know?
Still picking ticks off themselves.
Yeah. That is just when the time when the Lord, when they after Solomon, and then when Esau did a revolt against Judah and they separated and made their own kings, that's when the Lord started to establish Esau's foundation, you know? And ever since that, it been hell ever since.
David had a chokehold on their ass.
Yeah, a strong, and guess what? When this new captivity come for them, for that 1,000-year reign, we're gonna have the time might be way slower for them. Because time been going by fast.
That's why the book of Amos says, you know, he's gonna bring back the times of old, gonna bring back the tabernacle of David, right? Because what was going on in the time of David, man, right? Esau was basically, you know, the do boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All this stuff is coming back.
And
man.
we had all you nations under subjection, man. You know, and then after that 1,000 years of hard bondage for all of y'all, all the other nations that's gonna remain, you're gonna go to your possessions, but you're gonna be still low. You're gonna be looking towards us, let alone you're gonna be coming to our land to give praises to the power. It's gonna only be one belief in that time, man. That's what we want, man. Because all this other shit is confusion, right? Because it should be easy for a brother to teach and people just listen and hear. But it's so many distractions. You gotta, hey, yo, brother, hey, we gotta be Asher. Hey, brother, come hear the word. But now the Lord got you on man. By faith is gonna draw them people.
You want to come here, you'll come here. The Lord is gonna bring it to you.
Yeah, he gonna look in your heart, and the Lord is, what is it? Proverbs 16:9. Your heart divisive your ways, but it's the Lord that directs your steps.
Because guess what? Somebody didn't say, hey, brother, come over here and hit it. Nobody said that to you, right? It was Isaiah 30:20. You heard that word and said, this is the way. You took that scent and you just floated to it, man.
And sometimes it do take us baby steps.
Right.
You know, we get in here a little, then we might be still slipping a little, but then you start gravitating and growing more and more. But that's all Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
Because you see that there's no other way.
Yeah.
You might still try to go the opposite way, and all of a sudden, the walkway turns into a U-turn. You're like, damn, what the hell is going on? And all of a sudden, you end right back up where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's like what people say, man, we're going in circles.
Right.
No, it was meant for you to go in circles so you could come in this, because this path it's not noticed to everybody. Because if it was, that's what you said. If it said Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in it, and if it has certain words taken like this is America and all of that, it would be easy. But the Lord don't want this to be easy because it has to be for the elect. It has to be a mystery. Jinkies.
For 40 years, they walked around in a circle.
Yeah.
Remember the video with the sheep that were walking around in a circle? Walked around. They were just walking themselves to death in a circle.
Yeah.
Just walking it. And what does it say? That we are likened unto sheep, man.
Yeah.
My people are like lost sheep.
And the crazy thing, they could have got to the land faster, but it was because of the rebelliousness of them. The Lord made them.
Around.
Yeah, the Lord made from Egypt, from splitting the Red Sea where they was at. It could have took them a few days, a few weeks to get to the land.
Right.
But they fucked up multiple times, and the Lord made them do that, man.
Like sheep, and there's a video you can just look. Just type in the sheep, sheep walking in
the circles.
And it's just a whole herd of sheep, and they just continuing. They don't even know who they following. They just follow, and they just following each other in a circle, man.
Yeah.
That's how our people were doing, man.
Yeah, and don't even know it was all Yahweh. And that's what Jake do. We always say, why this? But don't never take consider, damn, we did turn from the Lord. And that's how you know when you consumed in your sin, consumed in the flesh, you become blind on your actions.
Where we going? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know how back in the day somebody run and you run.
Yeah.
What we running for?
Yeah,
you
see the video, they run out of nowhere and he started running. What we running for? Then we get to, he said, I don't know, I thought I seen something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it is.
Yeah.
But the elect is hoping for that 40 years of wearing the same clothes and still being fresh.
Right.
We're hoping while we keep doing the same teaching, coming to the same spot teaching, that it's all because he said that this work is not in vain. So that's what our hope is. Yo, man, I know that this is not in vain, man. I got to do another one. You know, I might have to fast again, man. I got to pray again because you know that what we doing for Yahweh Shema Shai and for the elect is not in vain. This is true endurance.
And this time we can appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because we know what's going on. You know?
Let me get
for
that.
you to be sitting there and, not to be over here starving. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is taking care of you, man.
Right. This is Ecclesiastes because of what you said. Because this right here is the best moment that we got right here, man. This is that last Mohegan.
Wow.
This is Ecclesiastes 7:5. Better is the end. Wait, no, Salaki. Where are we at? Oh no, verse 8. Ecclesiastes 7:8. I'm gonna start at 7. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit, right? So you got to know better is the end of a thing. And right now, we're not at the end of that day, but this captivity is the sign of the end. Especially when a lot of Edomites, from the high into the low, a lot of Edomites had slaves, where they was calling them niggas and had them in the field. After those 359 years of us being in that establishment of that physical hard bondage, their captivity was already a sign of falling. And guess what Esau was doing after World War I, World War II, establishing the Project Paperclip because they was trying to establish the New World Order. When you was in the world and we say Illuminati, the New World Order, they never did it yet. Because their New World Order is going to establish the coming of Yahweh Shai, which ushers the MOTB and then the bringing forth of Jacob's trouble. Right. The New World Order didn't establish yet because we're still moving the dollar. Niggas is still having, just want to have fun. They're still out here doing that. But it haven't happened yet because this New World Order is going to bring back the Maccabees. If you don't follow their way, you're dead, man. You know?
Right.
Come on, man.
That's it.
Yeah, hey, man. Lord willing, this is edifying, man. Again, the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. So when you think about the MOTB, Jacob Trouble Brothers, is prophesying, but it's going to come like a thief in the night. You're not going to get a promotion about it. You already got the promotion. Us teaching in the little videos that come out. But everything that Esau push, he does it out of nowhere, you know? So that's going to happen out of nowhere. Jacob Trouble, out of nowhere. You ain't getting no promotion. You already got it by the prophets prophesying these prophecies.
We're letting you know that the door is open already right
now.
You know, Jacob's Trouble is at hand. The door is already open.
It's crazy. Got that noise.
Right, yeah. That shit, it's slowly, oozing. That water is just kind of just rising up right now.
Right. And soon, these stores, instead of having an open sign, it's going to say for sure closed.
Right.
Foreclosure.
Right.
Foreclosure.
Right.
Right? Just like that Rite Aid across the store, across the street. right? So we're going to face the eve and give all praise to the one true power, Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone who rule well through the Spirit. Teach the word and believe in this word, Lord willing, they continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this word and believing this word in the same spirit that they endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akhwadiyam that are believers of the faith and this truth. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. Till next time, Lord willing, you can continue to endure. With that, shalom, shalom.
Ball for ball.
Yes, 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 indeed.